Miranda takes notes too.
Oh,
shoot.
Sorry, Miranda.
I've seen her writing, unless she's writing notes to Joe or
We are good to go now. I'm waiting for the stream to catch up on that. Yeah, cool. All right. Hello, everybody. Sorry about the confusion on the beginning of that. Welcome to It's a Long Story, our thrice weekly, our threekly campaign. Yeah, I'm making up words. I can do that. In the homebrew world of Imaea. This is our South Imaean group, Mongoose Crew. Everybody wave and say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you. I was about to say, I'm not going to be...
Wait, were you talking to us or the viewers?
You're the Mongoose Crew. They're the viewers. I was telling them to say hi. I was telling you to say hi.
Wait, you just... Anyways. Yeah, you just... Okay.
Anyways, gang, so happy to have any viewers and listeners here. We are diving into our continued tales in the underwater kingdom of Enoria. Royal Scribe, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Yes. So, we started off the session. Sansa, Miranda, so Wilbur was there, but not talking at all. So the Mongoose Crew ends up talking with Karen Erickson for about 2 hours, not in-game, luckily. And he lets us know that the preliminary trial is in 3 days. He's going to find out if Eldra needs to be on land for that. She does not plan to be, but he said he would let her know. And through this discussion, they learn a few things, important things, that Huxley is being represented by Karen, which is really good. That they also need to build a solid defense, which a big part of will be pushing fault onto Gruncelli. And Karen seems to think that maybe we can go with like a self-defense / like Enorian culture defending honor kind of thing. Eldrin and her father made it very clear that no matter the outcome of this trial, that Eldrin will not be punished for anything because she didn't do anything wrong, and that the full weight of the Enorian country will come down onto Imaea. So that's cool. And then, so let's see. A few other things. Karen is going to try to recover Kanos' body from Nova Soul, and also he's going to try and find Merc for a witness and get back some of our stuff, hopefully. And let's see, there's a lot with Karen. We learned that Karen actually, despite his bumbliness, is actually pretty competent, and especially when it comes to loopholes in the law. So we'll see how that goes. And he is especially competent on finding people. So we'll see how that goes as well. And then after that, we switch over to all of us had our own things that we wanted to do. So we started with Eldrin and Erlin. Eldrin went and talked with the High Priestess Erlin, and they had a heart-to-heart. And basically, the big thing from that is that Erlin is going to step down from being High Priestess and is hoping that Catherine will accept being that in her place. And so we'll see how that goes. Gwar had a fun journey. He wanted to retrace his steps to try and figure out what was going on with Celeste, the entity that lived inside of his sword, I think, basically, is how you would describe that. The soul, or I don't know what she is, or they. So he does this by going to see Norris's father, Bolos, and trying to figure out what happened when he blacked out at his house. And basically finds out that he sees on the outside of the house that there's some purposeful looking scratches or what is it, or cracks in the house, and it becomes clear that they were made with Celeste, which explains why she was dull. Celeste, the sword, not the person. And Gwar doesn't understand what the language is. He's never seen it before, but he's able to get parchment and is able to take write down basically or get an impression of it or whatever. So after that, Gwar goes inside and hangs out with Bolos for a little bit, helps him fix up his house by giving him a new window, and learns that Bolos has a nice little hobby where he makes figurines out of stone, and Bolos gives him a hippocampus, but also tells him not to tell anyone or he will kill him. So Gwar has something he can never show anyone. He then makes his way to the armory. As he's retracing his steps, he talks to Vesseros, who's the owner of the armory, tries to figure out how he haggled him down so much on the shield, happily learns that he didn't threaten him or anything, and then asks to speak with Harris, the shark humanoid creature. But Harris refuses, and it turns into Gwar basically calling him out and calling him a coward, and Harris deciding to retaliate by running his weapon along the wall and coming towards him. Running his weapon along the wall in sparks that come off as bright pink. You know, Tal's colors. It's fine. So we pause there, and we zoom over to Saren and her patron. Saren tries to meditate and connect with her patron, and the last time she was able to do that was when Eldrin died, so she tries it again because she is realizing that a lot of her psychic things aren't working. She tried to do psychic whispers with Gwar, but instead heard all these creepy whispers that seemed like whispers of the dead or the souls that she might have reaped. Who knows? Only Joe does. She sees a figure that looks similar to Gerard, but taller with large antlers, and basically asks them for guidance. The patron understands Saren's plight, but tells her, and not actually, she never really talks, but basically makes it clear that she needs to ask more direct questions. So we find out it's pretty clear that I think it's pretty clear that your psychic powers are gone, or Saren's psychic powers are gone, because she does some sort of metaphor or visualization with a psychic dagger manifesting and then an inkwell replacing it. And Saren also tries to figure out if the patron's okay with this contract that she signed, and it comes down to that it's not good or bad, it's whatever Saren does with it. The same thing with Raylor. His path seems to not be like written or determined. It really is dependent on factors and what happens. So she leaves that meditation with a little bit of clarity, but also confusion, and And then Milo goes and talks to Zaris, and basically Zaris has the Merid body on the table, fully opened up, and is doing an autopsy, which Milo does end up helping him out with part way through their conversation. Milo went there to talk to him about the trinket that he got from the Merid, and get his advice on it. He doesn't really get much from him about it. He knows he needs to find a Deem. But basically Milo changes Zaris' whole world and tells him that grief serves as a way to remember a relationship, and that you need to honor the work you put into a relationship. And Zaris says that he's never too old to learn, and I think Milo changed him a little bit, which was cool. And then in return, Zaris teaches Milo some magic. And then we switch back over to Gwar and Harris, and they fight. Gwar wins and kills him and gets his shield on the way out. And Generous, Eldrin's personal guard, arrests Gwar and brings him back to the palace where Eldrin schooled him. And that's where we ended.
All right. Very cool. So I meant to ask Mike this earlier. To be honest with you, even at this point, as we are having to jump into it, I really don't know how we want to do that court scene. So I will kind of leave it up to you. We can role play it, or we can have you roll and surmise what the outcome is based on that. Up to you.
Let's roll.
Okay.
You want to roll for it?
What were you going to say, Eldrin?
I was going to say, as long as Eldrin wants to retrieve Harris's body and cast Speak with Dead with him to figure out.
Yeah, that part I'm interested in, but like I don't want to. I feel like there's a lot to a lot to do. So
yeah,
I don't want to spend too much time doing a court thing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So what we'll do is we will role play the scene that is the Speak with Dead that happens.
Basically, what I would say is like the Gwar's main defense would be, I have witnesses. I called the guy a coward for refusing to talk to me, and he came at me, and I came back at him harder, and one of us had to die. And also, that guy was an agent of Tal who was responsible for the whole thing I just saved the kingdom from. So,
I will say, and this can go into how you decide what's going to happen, but Eldrin does realize that she doesn't have Speak with Dead prepared, so she has to wait till tomorrow to do it with this body. But she would also very clearly be like, we need, like, let's not put Gwar in a cell, like, he can go up to my room. That's where she keeps prisoners.
Give him an ankle bracelet.
I will say that is fully based on the roll. I think so. We'll say.
Or you sound like you're like a god.
You guys sound like that was a new thing I was trying for the rest of the session.
He's like, I am the DM. I am God.
I am God. No, I was yeah. You guys will quickly be able to figure out what I'm doing. Apologies. So let's do this. So fast forwarding some stuff through it. So Gwar, you are 100% brought. You are brought before Corvos, before the king. That like a few minutes later, Corvos, who is just shocked at this whole thing, is trying to figure out what's going on. I would like you to feel free to just say what your thoughts are, but go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Can he get advantage because Eldrin's helping?
I would say yes, except that he would also get disadvantage because he's in chains and he murdered somebody.
So it's a straight roll?
It's a straight roll.
Okay. All right. So I think like Gwar would be talking about how, I mean, all the things I already said, that Gwar was just trying to retrace his steps to find his lost companion. In the midst of it, he came upon someone who might have information. He refused to speak to him. I called him a coward. He attacked me with a giant sword, and I defended myself. I realized in the middle of the fight, or at the beginning of the fight, he was an agent of the entity that was responsible for the undertaking that we had to save the kingdom from, which I was instrumental in thwarting. So I was really doing the kingdom a favor.
Okay, cool. Just for the record, right? It totally makes sense that the characters like fully aren't sure about this, but I believe as players we were hinted at that Harris may have.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Gwar was hinted at as well because Harris spoke to him in a weird language.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And it was a language that he didn't understand or recognize, but sounded somewhat familiar to him on like a feeling level.
And sounded menacing.
So, yeah, I was going to say, I mean, it's up to you, Gwar, but you could also put that in like, I also wanted to check out this dude who was, suspicious.
Yeah, I would. I think Gwar would definitely frame it that way.
Okay.
And Eldrin said, when he frames it that way, Eldrin says, well, I mean, father, he's not when he talks about Harris, I'm like, well, obviously he's not an Anorian. He's not a Triton.
He is an Anorian. He's not a Triton.
Okay, I say he's not a Triton, so, I mean.
Okay.
And I'd be like, was an Anorian.
throw a little xenophobia in there. Let's see what happens. Go ahead and roll that. Go ahead and roll that persuasion check for me.
That is a 21.
21. Okay, nice. I will see. Okay, cool. So you are definitely there would be a trial, which just means you're just gonna roll again. I will say that you'll probably roll again with advantage as after this speak with dead sort of situation comes up. Depending on the questions that are asked, there may be no roll at all.
Sure.
But yeah, you are unchained and assigned to stay in the with the 21. I'll say you have to stay in the Enrath wing, so you can have your own room, but you're.
No, please don't confine me to the most lavish part of the palace, please.
That's right.
No, wait, come back. Oh, okay, they're gone. Okay. Can I get some fish?
Who are you talking to?
Oh, you don't work here? I'm sorry.
The DM is asking who you're talking to. I have no clue. Who is in
should
your
be
mind?
Like I saw a servant walk by.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, as you say that, the servant just kind of gives you a weird look and just, okay, and just like walks off.
Prisoners get to eat, right? I mean,
yeah, I think there was the way your father puts it. The jail seems to be unsafe for anyone, anyways, including the guards that would be coming in and out. Yeah, no, you're just meeting with him right now. So yeah. So that's all that happens. He doesn't even have to really. There's no formality that he has to really go through besides just going like, oh, okay, stay in the castle. We'll have to have a full child, and you said that this creature could be, this Harris could be spoken to after.
Yes. Tomorrow I can do it. Do you want to be present?
Yes, I'll have to be. It is a murder trial, dear. I will have to have the council present as well. Those that are still alive.
Speaking of that, I should probably go tend to Catherine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think we cut to that scene because I was gonna either backpedal to the scene of her waking her up, but we could also just say that you're just checking in on her too if you want.
I haven't rolled yet. You told me I would have to help with...
Oh yeah, go. Yep. So we'll say go ahead and roll a. I would say for this, use your spell modifier.
So this is a skill though, right? So with my exhaustion, it's what's it called? Disadvantage.
Yep.
So before this, I'm gonna wrap myself in this beautiful blanket.
I would actually say it's probably go ahead. I'm sorry, you have an idea.
I'm gonna wrap myself in this beautiful blanket, and I'm gonna get Greater Restoration cast on me.
Cool. I love that.
Mm-hmm. This blanket that I now just carry around.
Yes. Yep. Just pull a blanket out. You're in the middle. You're in the middle of this the clerics, like the normal sort of station of the like infirmary, we'll say, is go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I have an even better idea.
Okay.
I'm walking out and I say, I guess I should take care of Catherine now. And as I walk out, I flip the blanket out and I wrap it around myself.
Yeah. I love it. That is my daughter. Anyways, yeah. So going to the infirmary. The infirmary is in a disarray more than you've ever seen it. As there are hurt guards here as well. There were explosions that happened. There were people that are no longer living, and so there's a lot of like difficult choices that are having to be made by the clerics of this castle. You're probably familiar with them as you've done some like like almost like merit badge level like work to to be like able to concentrate on your healing, abilities and things like that. So I don't think you know anyone by name. But so yeah, walking in there with the blanket, you make your way to Catherine.
Okay. So because I'm gonna need to cast resurrection on her, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So when I walk in, or raise dead, sorry.
Okay. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. So the first thing I do when I walk in is I ask for some spell components.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
What is this?
I need 500 gold. I need 500 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
Okay. I would say you probably wouldn't ask for that in the infirmary, as they would just be like, we don't have it.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say you probably ask. Your parents.
Yeah, I
guess
yeah. I asked my father last session. He was like, yeah, whatever. So.
Yeah. Yep. So
guys, it's great to be rich.
It's great to be rich. What
you keep reminding us tonight.
What'd you roll?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see. And I'm using, you said my spell modifier?
Yes. And it's I'm sorry. So it would be a straight roll as you.
Okay. Plus 4. Okay. 17, and if that's not enough, I will use my inspiration to roll again.
Okay. You could also use guidance on yourself.
Oh yeah, I forgot about guidance. Yeah, I would guide myself as well. This is very important, guys. I'm a cleric. Oh, that's another 4. 17, 19, 20, 21.
21. Okay, cool. With a 21, you yeah, I was trying to do. Okay, that's fine.
I laid Zarus's blanket on her before doing it because I know that the blanket, even though it's used all the charges, it says in the thing that it's a comforting thing.
Yes, it is. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you kind of like channel your like. So I imagine you're kind of putting your hands on the blanket, and the blanket is like basically taking that energy and kind of spreading it over Catherine's whole body.
So, and I have a question, because we've done in the past when Eldrin does certain spells, like when she did remove curse from crits, for example, like she takes on that feeling. Does that happen with Raise Dead?
It's up to you. I think.
Okay.
I think the blanket would be a buffer, honestly.
Okay, I'm fine with that then. That's cool. Okay. This is just the first time I've done Raise Dead, so.
Right. Yeah. I think it would, except for the blanket, because the blanket obviously has those healing abilities to it.
Cool.
Yeah. So you expect? I think there's a part where you kind of like you wince a little bit as you're not sure about what you're about to experience, and you see. You did see this like very like thin layer of, I think the entire blanket itself like kind of like gets outlined in this sort of like black smoke that kind of just dribbles up. A like kind of like grayish smoke that reminds you vaguely of the version that you had recently seen of Saren.
Okay.
You see just kind of come up and just fizzle out. You see Catherine just where am I?
The castle.
Is everyone okay?
Yes, everyone is okay. Well, most everyone. What do you remember?
We were going to go and save Erlen. I don't remember past that. Something attacked me.
Yes. I think you have a lot to discuss with Erlen. I'm not the person to tell you what happened.
Okay. But the city is safe.
Yes, the city is safe. We are, as we speak, the Ixochitl, Quetzal is probably being interrogated and figuring out what's going on, but everyone is safe, and there's an understanding amongst the council that the Ixochitl were being sorry, there's a dog outside my door. We're being influenced by this Merid, and that it might not be their fault. So we tried to go the peaceful route.
There was a Merid?
Oh yes, sorry, you don't remember that part. Yes, yes, there was. It is dead.
Okay. Yeah, it's just hard to believe that a Merid would be the cause of all this. What of my father?
I think you need to speak with Erlen on that.
I don't want to speak with Erlen on that. What do you know? You, I think you see with your like passive insight, you see a look of realization on her face, based on how she knows you.
Mm-hmm.
So, unless you wanted to roll a deception check, it's up to you. She rolled pretty high. Okay.
The Elder's not hiding anything. It's more of just, I don't want to be the one to tell you this.
Right.
Catherine, I don't know what to tell you right now.
Is there a body?
No.
Oh.
And I've already asked it. It can't be undone. I'm sorry.
How do you know he's gone?
The person who did it told me so.
And where are they?
I think you need to speak with Erlen.
Algernon, I deserve to know who killed my father.
I think you need to speak with Erlen. And listen to her and what she has to say before you make any decisions.
I was on a beach, and there was was an island that was far off from me. And I saw so many other Tritons just waving, and it looked like they were shouting at me. And it looked like a celebration. And when Persona started to guide me over there, I didn't even think to look for my father.
I look around this room. There are other clerics in this room, right?
Yeah, I think the scene is basically full like ER room, hospital like craziness, and like you two are just zoned in on each other.
Okay, so there's no one like listening.
I would say it would be really, really hard to tell.
Okay. So at that I nod and I say, but you chose to come back. Because you're not done yet.
Yeah.
And I say that I know we've had our differences in the past, but we were friends at one point. When you are killed and you are brought back, you have a choice. And I have known 2 Tritons who chose not to. And it is a feat of, it's a lot of strength to come back. So I'm glad that you chose correctly.
I have a duty. That was how I was taught.
Not everyone who is taught that. Not everyone who is taught that believes that. So, kudos to you.
What?
Oh, sorry. It's something I heard on land once. Kudos. It's like a good for you, I guess.
So it's like a food?
No, it's more of a like, it's more of me saying you did a good job and I'm acknowledging that. Which is kind of dumb because honestly, you don't need me to acknowledge that you did a good job if you know yourself that you did.
No, I definitely
So I
don't.
apologize. That was, yeah, that was uncomfortable.
I mean, you don't have to apologize. You just don't have to, yeah.
Do you feel like you can walk?
Maybe.
I can help.
Why?
Because Erlen wants to speak with you, and you're important. To some people. Or you can just stumble along by yourself. I don't need to help.
There she is. You don't. I appreciate what you did for me. Doesn't change my mind about what I did.
We're not having that conversation right now.
I'm just saying I'm glad you're back with him, but I believe in what I did. This doesn't change any of that.
I know. I'm not trying to be your friend right now, Catherine. I'm trying to help someone who just died walk up to talk to someone else. I'm not trying to do anything. I ended our friendship. I'm very aware of that.
Okay. Yeah, if you can help me out of this. And she kind of gives you her arm. You can see that she's definitely like shaky. One of the like cleric, we'll say the clerical staff, essentially like comes in and goes like, "Oh, you shouldn't be." Oh, princess. Okay, got it, and walks out. You help her to her feet, and okay. You see as you start to walk towards the door. At first, she looks like she's doing fine. And I think you look at the face of what used to be a very close friend of yours and can tell that she is trying very hard to not show that she's in an intense amount of pain. And you just got to the door. Okay. I think you know that she's not going to be able to make it on her own.
All right. Do I know if like I give her some healing, if that would help with the pain?
I think it's more of an exhaustion level thing.
Okay. What's the closest thing to the clerical? Like, I could bring her back to her bed, but like, is there like a room that's close that I could bring her to and maybe bring Erlen to her? Or
I think it'd be very difficult to bring Erlen to her. I think like also you know that the next day we have to role play next, so the next day you could also be helping her to bring her to Erlen. It's just okay. That day is rough.
So yeah, when I notice that, I say, you know what? I just remembered. Erlen's kind of occupied right now, so this is a bad idea. Let's just bring you back to bed.
You couldn't think of that before I got from here to there?
There's a lot on my mind, Catherine. A lot of things happen, you know. You would know if you were a future queen.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess just bring me back to the bed, I guess.
I help her.
Okay. You bring her back. She sits in the bed, and you can tell the pain that she's experiencing, just like in moving her body to be able to kind of lay back down, is all that she can think about in this moment. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I say I'll come back tomorrow and make sure that Erlen's actually ready before bringing you to her.
Okay. I mean, you have like command of everybody here. You already said that you're crazy busy. Maybe you can just get some guards to help me.
No, I'll be back.
You want to see me struggle. I get it. Yep, that's fine.
That does not.
Listen, I'm kind of tired. Okay.
Yep, that's who I am, Catherine. I am someone who wants to see other people struggle. 100%. You got me.
Thanks for bringing me
back. I hope
back.
you feel better. Yep, of course. You. Well, see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
I take my blanket.
You take your blanket. She goes, "Hey,
that's mine. It's mine."
You're walking around with your own blanket.
Well, that came out like really possessive, but it actually is my blanket. It has magical properties. Zaris gave it to me, so it helped me with what I was doing with you. I want it back. It's mine. Like, start folding it up.
Listen, if you have a pet blanket, that's fine. I just think it's weird for a princess to be walking around the castle with it.
It's something that was actually bestowed to me by the Archmage. So, you
Is
know
that
what?
It was a land thing you picked up. I understand.
Okay. And Albert just leaves.
Okay.
Eldrin leaves and goes in search of Wilbur.
Love it. Where is Wilbur? I missed Wilbur last week. So during all of this, so for the record, Wilbur, you sat through Karen, basically everything you heard from Lorianne say, but so you sat through all of that. You listened to the whole conversation with Karen and everything else. After that, everybody kind of split up a little bit. So we had Eldrin go up to the castle, up to Erlin's like tower area that she's being held at. We had Milo go and visit Zaris, right? So, and then we had Gwar kind of go out and Saren like stay in and meditate. So, so where do you think Wilbur was during all that?
Just off the top of my head, I feel like Wilbur would have went somewhere quiet. And like, I guess you can't really journal with pen and paper under the water, but Wilbur would have went somewhere quiet to himself.
You can.
What?
Just, yeah, you can. The logistics we haven't fully worked out, but we just decided that you can.
Okay. Well, that's what Wilbur would have done. He would have went to sit and write some stuff out somewhere, just like as a little like journal, and then started writing like a list of questions that he needs to ask Cerilius. So like if you were to zoom in on the paper, it would be like recap, and then it would be like question 1, what the hell is happening with Saren? Question 2, what do we know about this person?
Okay. We're a little timey-wimey here, but we'll say, Eldrin, you find Wilbur just kind of like sitting down in a hallway, angrily, just kind of like scribbling.
Yeah, Eldrin maybe angrily sits down next to Wilbur with this folded up blanket and says, I'm so glad that you're my best friend, Wilbur. Is there anything I can help you with?
Yeah, I'm glad too. Yes, you can. Are you okay? You look mad.
I'm fine. I'm always mad, apparently, so it's fine. It's fine, Wilbur, it's fine. I want to help you. I don't want to... You've all been so good and helpful and understanding of all the drama that has been going on here with my family. I want to take a moment to help you.
Well, I'm just working on a recap of everything that has happened with Saren and making a list of things that I need to ask Cerilius, including what has she gotten into, what's the deal with his name literally just left my head. The creepy bad guy that wants Saren to kill people.
Venicepa. You didn't...
Yes.
That's Lorianne telling you. Eldrin doesn't know that name.
Venicepa. What's the deal with Venicepa?
Is that a name I should know?
Well, I probably should remember that name. Anyways, Yeah, so I need to figure out things I need to ask Cerilius and figure
Okay.
out how to get Saren out of the trouble that she's found herself in.
Okay.
Wilbur just said you should talk to Erlen.
Okay.
You should talk to Saren.
So, Eldrin is at a loss for a second and says, "Okay, well, do you want to talk to Cerilius right now, or do you want to brainstorm some more?"
No, I need to brainstorm some more.
Okay. What about Brimhilda? Do you think she knows anything?
I don't think we should get her involved in anything right now.
Okay.
She
is on the run currently because of us, so that makes sense.
Yeah, she's a little unstable. I think this would just blow her gasket.
I mean, do you think that we could, because we're limited, depending on what you know, what you come up with in your list, we are limited to only talking to him in chopped paragraphs.
No, that's
maybe we
what I
can.
need to figure out.
He was able to just appear at the Bitches Brew. Can't we try and get him to just appear here? Like, ask him? I feel like that would just be easier if we could get him in a room and sit with him and talk.
I don't know. Do you think that's a good idea?
You know what? Maybe Zaris knows Cerilius. He knows a lot of important people.
Maybe. Would that... Maybe we should ask.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt. I do need to thank him for this blanket, so we could go up there and talk to him, or if you want me to leave you alone so that you can think more and write more, that's fine too. I will do whatever you want me to do, Wilbur, because I'm your friend, and I'm a good friend.
No, let's just go find Zaris. I can think of more stuff along the way.
Okay. I like that idea.
Cool.
I support you.
I think there might be a point where like Eldrin starts to try to help Wilbur like up the towers. Like Wilbur's like, "What are you doing?" Like,
yeah, Eldrin's overcompensating.
yeah, I love it. Cool. So I think we hear a door kind of like squeak open as we like kind of cut to Saren. Saren, as you're probably exiting the room that you're in, where's Saren going?
Saren would walk towards wherever she thought Eldrin would be.
I will say, Saren, you were in your room, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You, as the door peeks open, Saren, you kind of peek out and you see that there are two guards that are to either side of Gwar that are unlocking like manacles and guiding him to his room.
Gwar, what did you do this time?
Do I have to tell this again? Okay, so look at the court record, but like I killed someone that's connected to Tal because he tried to kill me first, and I killed him harder, and now they're just trying to like make a show of this. So
I'm sorry, do you want us here? I feel like you're admitting to committing a crime. So
I'm saying all the same stuff I just said out there.
Okay, I get nervous in front of crowds, so I don't really feel I don't need to be put on the stand based on what you're telling.
Okay,
right?
So there's a halfling around here, a monk. His name is Milo. Go talk to him. I think he could really help you with that.
What's a halfling?
The little guy. He's got like turban, and he's very quick, and
okay.
You've seen him.
I think we're just gonna leave.
All right. I mean, deal with your problems on your own, I guess. Good luck.
What was his name?
Milo.
Okay, I'll ask around. goodbye, and then you see them walk off.
Okay, so I was trying to find Celeste, and I came across. I remembered that there was this guy at the armory with the shark face, and he said something to me in a language that creeped me out and reminded me somehow of. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but it was related to Tall, and I just say all the things that I recount the whole thing.
Okay, cool.
For the interest of time, but so you see.
But you just killed a guy in the middle of a store in Anoria, and
You tried to kill me first.
Okay, fair, but like during business hours, Gwar? Really?
Witnesses. I could.
How are you not in a cell? Well, I guess it blew up. Do you know where Eldrin is?
I'm not allowed to leave, so I would love to find out where she is too. Your guess is as good as mine. She yelled at me when I came in. But again, I wouldn't have killed anyone if they didn't try to kill me first. And he was working with Tall, so I was a little bit miffed about it. I probably hit him a little harder than I meant to, but still, it was self-defense. I did stab him through the mouth, but he was going to kill me. You should have seen him. He had this big, curvy sword, and he scraped it along the wall, and it was very menacing.
Okay.
Why does
And she
nobody fucking believe me? God.
She starts walking away.
What do you think? I'm a fucking idiot. I'm not. Someday, someone's
All
gonna believe me.
Saren's thinking is, why couldn't he have killed him when I was in range?
Yeah. That
Yeah, that's what
definitely
Saren's thinking, yeah.
briefly crossed her mind.
I love the during office hours.
You wait till happy hour to do that.
During business hours.
During business hours. It's so good. Okay. Saren, roll me a survival check.
Oh, I was gonna tell her to psychic whispers us.
Wah, wah.
Shut up.
Don't make that noise. One of the guys is gonna do it.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wait. I have the thing now that if I roll the reliable talent thing.
Yeah.
So I literally can't get less than a dirty 20. And I rolled a 6.
Jesus.
Damn.
We're at that level.
Amazing.
So
Yum.
I'm absolutely
cool.
gonna forget about that later, but
So basically, as long as it's not a nat 1, you're good to go.
Right. Yeah, I think you still have to roll just for a nat 1, but it wouldn't work the same as like the passive situation that we talked about before. It is fully like it's just a connection that you have that there's absolutely nothing you can do to stop that. I think even with exhaustion, I think that would surpass that. So very cool. So yeah, you hear I think you hear like the murmurings of like Wilbur down a hallway going like, Eldrin, you can stop carrying me now, and things like that as you approach.
so where are you guys going?
Saren, we're going to speak with Varus to see if he knows Cerilius. I mean, he knew the Merid. He knows people. So maybe he knows another powerful
Who's
person.
me down now? This is embarrassing.
Oh, sorry, Wilbur. I didn't realize. Yes, no, of course. I'm just trying to help. Show that I am a good friend. Which I am. I'm a delight to be around.
Saren is not sure what she walked up on. Just kind of stands there awkwardly.
So I know this will make no sense to you guys, but Joe can empathize with me when I picture she goes to set Wilbur down, like my dog does. She just freaks out and like tries to
Yes.
wiggle out of your arms and then ends up hitting the ground. Like I feel like that's what Wilbur would do, and then just like shake it off as he stood up.
Somehow
just like- it's like
always
an
land
understanding-
square on their back.
Yeah, it's just like the understanding of like, okay, I should feel in the ground. Where's the ground? Where's the ground? Where's the ground? And like that sort of
It's like the puppy does that, and it's like, you're gonna break your legs.
yeah.
Stop it.
Yep. Our full-grown dog does it.
Very helpful.
So yeah, so I tell Saren, I'm like, if you would like to accompany us, you can. It seems that what's Wilbur needs to talk with Cerilius about involves you, so you probably should come.
Yeah,
Sounds
you
good
should
to
come.
me.
Okay.
What else?
I mean, maybe even Zaris has some ideas too, although he is the one that seems to have gotten you into this situation.
Yeah, I think his potion killed me. So,
Okay.
would love to know what was up with that.
Yeah. I agree. Let's go.
So this is, I mean, we kind of like pulled back a little bit. So I think, I'm pretty sure Milo meets you guys on the stairs.
I love Arrow McGuar.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was still in his room.
Oh, that would be fine too.
Oh yeah, that's fine too. We'll do that.
They're actually having that conversation. I don't hear it, but they're having
Yeah.
that conversation about don't tell Eldrin this because she'll just talk about Persona.
Right. And then
I think
yeah,
Zara
so the
said
end
something. Imagine if she thought for herself.
Right. Speaking of, it seems that your friends are right outside the door.
Oh,
At
fun.
that point,
Let me
I knock.
Yep. He says that, then you hear the knock. Come in.
Eldrin opens the door.
Hey, Eldrin and Wilbur and Saren.
Milo.
Oh, look, it's
know you'd be up here.
whole crew. You got.
Well, not all of us. I think
Yeah.
Gwar's in trouble.
Yeah,
Is there a
yeah.
name for this whole?
No, we don't have a name.
Okay.
Oh no, we're called the Mongoose Crew.
We're the
The
females.
Mongoose Crew.
Yeah, Mongoose Crew.
No, mongoose.
What's a mongoose?
Mongoose.
I don't know, words fit weird in my mouth sometimes. Sorry.
Oh, okay. But your friend is not a mongoose,
No.
No,
Milo named us.
They're a Wilbur.
right?
We're not named based off of one member of the group.
No, I
Milo
like-
explained
I
a
like it.
mongoose to us as something that's very ferocious and never backs down.
Yeah.
And so he said that would be a good
Uh,
name for us.
Eldrin, have you ever seen a mongoose?
No, of course not.
Okay. Well, that
When would I have
explains
seen one? I mean, I
They're
suppose I was
kinda
on
like-
land for a year, but when?
They're kind of like a buff meerkat, if that helps.
That doesn't.
No.
it. That's the better joke. That's the better bit. It doesn't. What can I do for all of you? This is a lot of weight in this area of the tower. Just FYI.
Well, just
be careful.
one
where you
one
step.
second. 1 second, Zars.
What do you
Uh,
mean a lot of weight? What are you insinuating?
I'm
Honestly,
insinuating that all of you together weigh a lot. Some more than others.
we're underwater, Zaris. Honestly, if you don't want us standing on your floor, we can just. I like swim up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh,
Is
yeah,
this
that's fine
better?
too. That
Okay.
is- Yep.
1 second though, Zaris. We did come here for a reason. Did not realize Milo was here. Milo, just so that you were on the same page, because oftentimes we're not. As a group, like there are things that not all of us know. Gwar is under house arrest right now. He killed someone at the armory. It's gonna be figured out. It's all fine.
Was
But
it like
he's in a
was it
little
like
bit
an
of trouble.
industrial accident? Like
Oh no, he claims. No, that sounds mean. Like I don't believe him. I do believe him. He says it was self-defense. You remember that shark,
Okay.
humanoid-looking person, Harris?
sure.
He's dead. Anyway, Zaris,
Oh, R.I.P.
Yes.
Do you happen to know a celestial named Cerilius?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, there's so many things to know being a wizard of great renown. And walks over to the bookshelf as he's talking. I wouldn't begin to. Oh, look, what's this? And throws a book at you.
I can catch it, maybe.
Yep. I mean, yeah, yeah. You catch it and you see on the title of the book says Cerilius the Fallen.
Oh, that's not what he calls himself. He
Yes,
goes around
over.
calling
Dan
himself
has
the
a
Great.
whole book about him.
I pass the book over to Wilbur, and then I say, "Do you know him personally? Like in a way where you could invite him here to speak with us?"
I don't need to know anyone to invite them. You're here. I guess I know you.
And no, I mean in a way of he's
And you didn't
sometimes very.
invite.
That's true.
Any
I
of
did
us?
not invite. That's right.
I don't need to
Milo
be
is
invited.
right.
This is my castle, and you are living in it. So
Makes a look at Milo now. There's a weird bond between Zaris and Milo now that like.
Eldrin
like,
clocks it and does not like that look.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, this space is your own. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying that
Oh,
technically.
thank you.
Okay.
Isn't it all borrowed from Persona, anyways? And he like looks over at Zaris.
Yes.
Well, yes. I mean, we wouldn't have any of this without Persana's grace and love, and
Right.
I mean,
course.
Okay, I
Yes.
think what Eldrin is asking is, if you were to invite Cerilius here, would he be up for that, or would he think it was weird and feel like it was a trap or something?
he doesn't always listen to us when we ask him to come places. It's only worked once.
Well. Okay. Well, it's my understanding that as Celestial, he answers to no one on this plane. So I truly don't know. I assume that most of the time he spends is on land.
But do you know him?
No.
No, oh, you don't know him Okay, you just know of him. Okay. 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 Well, Saren wanted to talk to you about some things. And then I step back and look at the book a little bit.
You both take a step back to the corner of the room and like Wilbur, I think Aldrin goes over to Wilbur and like makes Wilbur open the book so that it like, looks like yeah.
Mm-hmm. Eldrin is seriously studying the book.
Chapter 1.
I just want to know. So Eldrin is seriously reading the book. I don't know if Wilbur's like peeking over to see like what's going on with Zaris and Saren, but Eldrin's reading.
I do imagine that like I don't know. I kind of imagine that Milo is also like you guys are facing Zaris, but Milo and Zaris are facing you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Milo, feel free to change your position on that if you wanted to, but yes, Saren. Oh, you look awful.
Well,
This guy has no manners.
your potion did kill me, so probably, yeah.
Well,
probably don't look great.
To be fair, it wasn't made for you.
So you were trying to kill Gwar?
Read
Yeah.
the bottle.
I was possessed. Noros gave it to me. I didn't read the bottle.
This is interesting. At first, you were pointing a finger at me, and now we're pointing. Noros isn't here, right?
No, probably not. I mean, he hasn't been here the whole time, so
he has a life. This is
He
where
does
we
have a
cut
life.
back to. I do like an hour and a half of like what Noros does during this whole thing.
I
Like
want you
outside
to.
of this session. You got it.
He's hanging out with his dad, maybe. Help him with another window.
Yeah.
That's the week we all can't be here, and Joe just streams on his own.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
do a whole multi-character NPC bit.
Norris and Bolos. And when Sarah says that, I say, "Excuse me, he saved your life," and then I go back to reading.
Love it.
Well, he didn't make the potion, so not
As I'm
his
flipping
fault.
through, I say he was doing his best.
Neither of them also drank the potion.
What?
What?
I'm just saying, if we're pointing fingers here, from what I understand, Saren, you were the one that drank the potion that was for Gwar.
Well, I wasn't conscious, and it was supposed to make me not possessed, from what I understand, which I guess worked. But
Yeah.
now I'm maybe the Grim Reaper, so
What?
Let's
I-
be real, you basically are the Grim Reaper.
Which, as you can imagine, I have an issue with as a cleric of Persona. So you need to fix this because you caused this.
I just proven that I didn't. But first off, what do you? The Grim Reaper is a folklore fairy tale, something that is designed to keep children from running too far off. What are you talking about?
Or not anymore.
I take souls now, but it's not an evil thing. If
Sorry, what?
in like a good way, like help them pass on, I think. I'm
been
not
running
super sure on the
evil
details yet.
Eldred's no longer reading.
I'm not sure it's not evil. My
What? Have you? What do you mean you take souls, and have you done so in my palace to my people? I thought that it was just a thing where you were kind of ghostly for a little bit and had to find your body again. Which you did, and I'm very happy with, because I would have destroyed you if I had to. I wouldn't have been happy about it, Saren. We had this conversation already.
Get it now.
What?
We should be calling you Sharon.
What? Why Sharon?
It's the. Does anybody read a book? The Sharon is the deity that helps souls cross the river Styx, and
Oh, okay.
What we need her to be is sparing, and sparing all these innocent lives, okay? That's what we need. No Sharon, sparing.
What my
I'm-
best friend said right there.
I'm a very intelligent creature. That was funny. That was smart. I like that.
It was.
I'm just
Zaris
saying,
and I have the
Saren-
most serious face, and as we say that was funny.
Yeah, that was really funny.
It was good, Wilbur.
Seriously, Saren, if you are some version of the Grim Reaper, as you say, consider changing your name to Sharon. It'd be a good fit.
Okay, how do we go from your potion to what she is now? Can you explain that?
I truly cannot.
What was your potion supposed to do?
End the possession
How?
by separating the possessed soul with the body that it was possessed by.
I then turned to Saren. Okay, obviously that happened. What happened next? When your soul was not a part of this body
Yes,
anymore.
and do me a favor. He kind of waves a hand, and a book, like kind of like a journal, just kind of pulls out another. Spare no details, and you see a quill going up as he's just watching.
For once, I'm in agreement with our archmage.
Oh no. So she just tells every single detail.
Every single detail?
I don't know. Zaros probably shouldn't know any of this, but
There's a very important detail that you know would be bad if you let it out.
Beneseppa's name.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she's
Oh,
obviously
yeah.
she's
Because you don't say the name, because it
Mm-mm.
freaks you out. Yeah.
yeah, she is not.
I feel like at that point Wilbur could be like Beneseppa.
No,
I
don't
think
think-
Wilbur knows because
Yeah,
I
I
think you
know.
guys had a conversation like, don't say it.
Yeah, and I think Wilbur's the one that said it,
He did say it to
Maybe,
me though,
and-
so
That's
but
right.
not. Does it matter if I'm not like in earshot?
I was gonna say, I said that she wasn't in earshot.
Well, let's put it this
yeah,
way.
no, Saren wasn't there. I'm saying that she said it to me, so at least Eldrin knows this name.
Saren, roll me an insight check on. Oh, you can't. You literally can't. I forgot.
But if you wouldn't say that, can she say that she said everything except not the name of who she spoke with?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So
When she finishes that, I say, wait, does this have something to do with that Beneseppa or whatever that you were talking about, Wilbur?
Roll a wisdom saving throw, Saren.
I was gonna say, like in her story, she says apparently I can't. Like she explains why well, not why she can't say the name, but that she can't because it hurts her. But it's fine.
And Eldrin's mine, you didn't say it, she did.
Don't say the name. Don't say the name. Don't say the name.
Yeah,
You
what
said it to me earlier. Okay. Well.
Don't say it.
Okay.
if
It was
Saren
a wisdom save.
okay, I was never mind. Dirty 20.
I had to tell you the names that you knew the name not to say.
Okay, well, you didn't make that very clear, Wilbur.
So you rolled an 18.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you feel like a. Actually, I think I will do like a little lair action thing here. Okay, cool. As you say that, there are multiple candles in this. Something lighting up in this room, and you see them all like kind of like flicker for a second and like almost completely go out. Saren, you feel a shudder that goes through your body, and there's a second where you kind of like pull yourself back, and you can tell that the spectral form of you moved and the human form didn't. And then they kind of like connect back, and then that's when the lights kind of come back up.
Does Zaris look like he knows the name?
He does not. Interesting. No one say the name.
It wasn't made clear to me before. I apologize.
So clearly, I will say this. Yeah, because he's impossible to be insight check on. So, but he will tell you in this instance. I'm gonna be honest. I am a little freaked out. There's a lot of glyphs all around this room. No matter what you guys are doing here, barring trying to burn the place down, that shouldn't be able to happen. So, I believe you. Everyone in this room should be believing you. And we shouldn't be saying that name again. I am a very powerful wizard. And my glyphs were completely maneuvered past.
Is it just in front of Saren we shouldn't say that name? Because Wilbur said it to me and there was nothing that happened.
Well, anyone that I don't know for sure, but anyone that has gained that name from a conversation involving this deal maker probably shouldn't be spreading it. To be clear, Wilbur, you did not get the name from Saren, I believe.
Yeah, Wilbur got
Saren
it from,
didn't know.
Yeah, Wilbur told Saren the name.
Yeah, Saren
Wilbur knows it because of Cerilius and the air or the whatever thing that was. I can't think right now.
So you feel that Wilbur may be the only person to be able to say this because Wilbur's got this from outside of this deal.
So now what?
Don't look at me. I'm not saying the name. I'm scared too.
Yeah, interesting. I'm sorry, Sharon. I wish I could be
Baron.
of more service. Just try it. Just try. It fits.
Baron.
I'm just saying, how often does that, like, you're literally here? Let me I'll get the book for you, and we'll just look, and it shows a depiction. Let me see if I can pull up what Sharon is assumed to look like. This is true, by the way. So this is really funny that this worked out. It shows you a very like old, sort of like withered fisherman looking being that is wearing a legitimate like what you would imagine a stereotypical wizard hat to look like. So it's supposed to be it's a conical hat, and then like just a very dark tunic. This is according to Greek Gods and Goddesses .net. He typically stands in a boat holding a pole. He has a crooked nose, a beard, and is very ugly.
Well, that's just rude.
So you just see that depiction. You see?
No.
Well,
fine.
First,
Doris,
you
you
tried
really need to learn some manners, okay? You really need to learn manners.
Eldrin looks at Zaris and like actually looks sincere for once, and she says, "If you can't help, who can?"
Well, there is. It is hard for me to say. Normal religious, high religious beings, I don't regularly meet for brunch. It could be assumed that the High Priestess may know a thing or two. The next person that I would assume to know the most is standing in this room. And just stares right at Eldrin.
Arlen can't help us. So
I understand. I would put some feelers out, but the people that I was in contact with on the surface world are long dead. And I have not ventured forth to get any new contacts. And Eldrin, how old are you?
well, according to our customs, 19.
So about 119 years, I think.
You're pushing 200 then, almost.
Next question.
Oh, it doesn't feel so good coming back to you, does it?
No, to be honest with you, you can ask me any question you want. I just choose whether or not to answer it.
Okay, well,
A book about Cerilius anyways. What is this? Did you write this?
Yeah.
Did someone write this? Did he write this? What is this?
he wouldn't have written that. It says the Fallen. He calls himself the Great.
I procured that, some... Actually, so you guys are looking at the book. Go ahead and Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
9.
My investigation's no good. Oh my god. That one.
It's written like a Shakespearean, like.
The Canterbury Tales in the original.
It's like we understand all the words, but it's like these don't make any sense to me. In a sentence.
Can Saren go over and grab it after they looked confused?
Yeah, I feel like I'm like, this tells me nothing.
Wilbur is like taking the book and just like doing this, like.
Love it.
Can't
It just
read
seems like
this.
an author who just put words on a page just to put them there.
Are these words? Is that what they're supposed to be?
Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Everything's just so
that would-
convoluted in this
That
book.
would make sense. Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
I got a 3, but I still have reliable talent, which means I got a 19.
Okay, gotcha. So with a 19,
love
you are able to
reliable
see who wrote the book. You see a name that may or may not ring a bell. Melissa Fallbreach.
Melissa? Is that some fantasy name? That's a weird.
Yeah, that's strange. It's no Sharon.
Sorry, so you gotta let that go.
All right, fine. Well, sorry I couldn't be any help.
No, I thank you for allowing us to intrude on your conversation with Milo and barge into your room. I appreciate it.
Okay. Yep. Well, off you go.
Okay.
Yeah, and Milo, you wave by.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
waving
bye,
by to
guys.
them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As we're walking out, I say, well, maybe we need to go to Gwar and regroup and figure out what we need to do today. I mean, there's always stuff for me to do because, you know, my family's here and things, but I want to give you guys the space to also do your thing. Although, when we gave that to Gwar, he killed someone. But it's fine. I trust you guys.
Milo's not in the room, but Jamie wants it to be known, immediately killed someone.
Wait, when Jamie left, he killed someone. That's what I'm
Yeah.
hearing.
Yeah.
So I'll lead us back because I know Guar's not in my room, but he's in our block of hotel rooms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So as you're doing that, so you guys close the door and you immediately start to hear like small explosive sounds. Like literally the second you close the door. And you just hear Zaris going, okay, get it? Now you go. More explosion, like probably like smaller explosions. And
At that,
assume you
Eldrin.
guys- yeah.
Eldrin does look at Milo and she's like,
No. Milo's
Brother didn't-
not in the room. Milo
"Oh,
said bye to you
Milo's
guys.
not in there." Oh yeah.
No, I
'cause
said bye to you
okay.
guys.
Yeah. Okay. I got it. I say that's weird. Well.
So heading back down the stairs, we're gonna cut from you, and we're gonna kind of go a little bit back in time to Gwar. So Gwar, you are in your room. You see that there is a bookcase with like the equivalent of like hotel room books that are along the wall. You know, it's pretty, but it is very, you know, there's not a lot here.
I thought there's a book
so
in common about the great Enerath family.
There probably is, yeah, because that would make sense. This is a guest room at all, after all. Excuse me.
It's like if there was like a hotel TV, like the TV, like the channel that tells you everything about the hotel. It's just talking about how great the Enerath family is.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will say also, by the way, Sarah, because you did roll a 19. Well, you have a 19 on that investigation. Quickly glancing through the book, you see Broomhilda's name comes up a lot.
Gonna relay that to Eldrin and Wilbur.
Cool. And this was just at a glance, so you can figure out that you probably could know more if you sat down and read it.
Yeah, Eldrin mentions when she says that, I say, since you obviously can understand the prose in this book, maybe do you think you could take a look at it while we're sleeping tonight and you're trancing?
Sure.
As long as you didn't have something else planned. I mean, you don't mind.
Yeah. I should have time.
I put a hand on her shoulder and I look in her eyes and say, "You are a good friend, Saren."
I think that is
You
absolutely
too, Eldrin.
yeah, that's where we like cut that scene, but it's like it waits a little too long, like, and then before the scene cuts out of just both of you just looking at each other, like to the point that the viewers aren't sure if this is like a freeze frame or what. Except I think you see Wilbur, like it zooms down to Wilbur just kind of looking between them both.
Yeah,
we cut to Gwar.
Saren's absolutely not bringing up the fact that she needs another soul.
Yeah.
Cool. We cut to Gwar. Gwar, what are you doing?
I would say, after a quick look around the room and seeing that there's really nothing interesting here, right? There's nothing else interesting, or you said there's nothing interesting in the bookshelves.
Roll me an investigation check.
Is he stuck just in this room, or they said the Enerath wing, right?
The Enerath wing.
That's true.
So he could he could potentially go elsewhere. Okay.
That is a 23.
23. Okay. The 23. The 23. You notice the 23 is really good.
Gwar's got a clear head. He's got a clear conscience, man. He's fine.
With a don't want to do that. Yeah, let's do that. With a 23, I feel like you're just kind of like kicking around, just trying to like think about what to do. You're just kind of like, what's the word? Essentially restless, but I'm trying to think of a better word than that. And you see the books on the shelf. I think you kind of pull them out. And you are looking through them. And yeah, again, it is the only one that actually is in common. States the basically like everything about the Enerath family. I will say that this copy is a little old. You notice that there are names in here that are not that you're not familiar with, and then when it gets to Corvos' name, it says Prince Corvos. Shit, where are you? Sorry, I'm looking for one thing. So, recognizing that this is an older journal, an older sort of marking of that, you just kind of spend some time like reading through. You quickly realize there's nothing interesting about this. That like there's no even like good gossip that you could like knock Eldrin with, you know, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where the hell is this dude?
looked at the books in these rooms. This is embarrassing. Hundreds of people in this castle, and no one's got something more recent.
Maybe you should learn primordial. You're not on land anymore, Gwar.
I can't hear you because you're not in the room. So. Nothing in Celestial, nothing in Elvish. What's the point of knowing 3 languages? No one speaks any of them.
I can't believe I don't have this name on here.
So while you're looking for whatever you're looking for, I think Gwar would probably just like start, honestly, just start meditating and like meditating on specifically on the markings that he found. And just kind of saying, like, using that as his guiding point, like, I need to understand what this is. And then, like, probably praying to Bahamut, since he can't talk to Celeste, and just be like, help me understand this. I really want to find Celeste. I really want to, help Celeste figure out what Celeste needs to figure out, and I want to be reunited. Please guide me to help me get to understand this and help it be a step in the right direction.
I'm actually gonna message Kayla this because I think Kayla would know. So at least some of you might be surprised by this. Kayla, message coming at you. It's a lot of names, guys. And now there's even more names.
I was working on at one point a list of names and where we met them all and if they were alive or dead, and then I stopped because there's so many.
There's so many.
I should work on that again.
You see, there is a as you go to like the last pages of this book, you see that there are some that actually look like they are torn out, looking like it was torn out by some sort of clawed entity.
Did Harris have shark claw things on his hands? We never asked about that. Shark claws?
Yeah, Harris did have claws. Yeah.
Shark claws.
Yeah, shark claws.
Yeah, shark claws.
They're usually in the mouth.
Harris did have
claws.
Have clawed hands. Yeah.
Okay.
It makes sense that you would see that, but I would say you see a message at the end of this book, kind of like written into the back cover of it. To anyone who finds the damage to this book, I am sorry and will repay you when I can. And I know there was a last name, but I'm having trouble even finding the first name. Thankfully, yeah, there's definitely. Kayla, was there a last name in that?
I don't know.
Okay, so we'll just say for the record because there definitely is a last name, but you see basically a marking that says Hagen on it.
Hagen?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I mean, unless he has the same last name as Raylor, since he's his dad.
Actually, let me look up if I have his
Absolutely
last
not.
name.
Would Gwar recognize the name Hagen?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the branches.
Does
Right,
Mike
that's right.
remember the? Yeah.
No, Mike did not for a minute. So yeah, see, I was like that. I know that's a name, but I can't place where it is because there are so many names.
Welcome to my hell.
Right. But I'm guessing you're a lot smarter than me and are documenting this on some level. So okay, and now so Gwar would be like, the fuck? Hagen's been down here? What the?
Okay. Where do you think you're standing or sitting? Like, are you sitting on the bed or whatever?
Yeah, or I might have been like pacing around the room, just kind of flipping through, just like, what the fuck? Nothing, you know.
You hear a voice behind you. What are you raiding? You turn around and you see a ghostly, like bright blue, sort of shiny bright blue image of Broomhilda. And with that, we're gonna take our break. See you guys in a little bit. For the record, yeah, again, this is all happening during the conversation you're having with Zaris. So Gwar, you turn around, you see the like kind of ghostly form of Broomhilda.
That was the face I made.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. I'm
not. Just so you know, I'm not. I'm having trouble getting the accent. I'm not dead. Just so you know.
Good. I'm really glad you're not. What
I
are
just
you
saw
doing
the cogs
here?
working in your brain and just wanted to kind of help you get to that finish line a little quicker.
Okay. All right. So, slow down. But what are you doing here?
Well, first off, checking in on you. It's been, I mean, the party.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sure. Of course.
I haven't heard from any of you. I am very far from Eisenheim. I assume you guys have made it back at this point.
We are underwater.
Okay.
You can't. I guess. Can you tell? I don't know. I've never been in spectral form before. We are in Enoria.
I can only see you, and you're in my.
And I can only see you. I'm in the room. In the room.
Right.
So yeah, we're all right. I'm confined to this wing of the palace because I found an agent of Tal and I murdered him because he tried to murder me first.
Sure.
But it'll be fine. And I saved the kingdom. Some of us. I mean, it wasn't just me. It was other people too. But I mean, I was one of them. So.
From what?
Explosives. That the. It's a Chittle. Are you familiar with them? They were being influenced by a Marid who was being influenced by Tal. And we killed him. And then we stopped most of the all of them, but most of them. I stopped the ones that I was supposed to stop.
You killed a Marid?
Yeah. Well, I didn't. I was just healing everybody. I was doing a really good job healing people. I didn't kill it. It was Milo. And Saren. And...
those are highly magical creatures. Some would consider to be very important to the ley lines of magic in our society.
Sure, he was trying to kill us, though.
Okay.
And I saved Eldrin twice. I saved her life twice. That was pretty good. I mean, I didn't kill the Marid, but I saved Eldrin's life twice. So, anyway, so yeah, we're doing okay. We're all still alive. Saren's kind of weirder than usual.
That is surprising.
I haven't been around her very much. I was trying to find Celeste. Celeste had to leave. There was a whole thing where Tal tried to possess me again, and I forgave myself, and then it stopped. So that was good. And so then, and then the Archmage tried to give me a potion. I think he was trying to kill me, but he didn't. And then Saren took that potion, and then she just was gone for a while, and then she came back, and she was just kind of... You might want to talk to her. Not yet, though! So, yeah, that's... And there were, like, some court things, and then, Eldrin's mom almost killed her, and she brought her back. That was... And then... Oh, okay, so then Milo has this crab that's like...
Okay, all right, I'm going to stop you there at explaining to me about pet crabs. Somehow that is so much information and none at all at the same time. You did mention in that gobbledygook of just whatever, you did mention the court stuff, so we're sorting that out legally, it sounds like?
Yeah, we're getting there. Eldrin's got that under control. I'm not worried about that. It just seems like a lot of legalistic rigmarole. Like you said, gobbledygook. That's kind of how I feel about that. We're gonna be fine. But can I tell you, I am trying to figure out how to find Celeste again. I found and I pull out
What is Celeste? Do I know what Celeste is?
Oh, okay. So you know my halberd. So this is my packed weapon. And Celeste was the embodiment of this weapon, and the spirit of my weapon had to go away because Tal fucked with them too much and didn't know how to handle it. So I think, and I'm trying to find them again. So I was retracing my steps, and I pull out the parchment with the markings on it, and I apparently when I lost some time, whenever Tal was trying to possess me, I carved this into the wall. Does this make sense to you? I can't read it.
You like kind of like put it in front of her face, and she goes, Gwar, I can't. Nope, I can just see you. You're just putting your arms out like this. I can't see. I can't read items. That's not how the spell works.
I put it against my chest. Can you see it now?
Nope. I see that it's paper.
All right, I guess I'll have to talk to the Archmage, who think he tried to kill me. But, well, I found these markings, and it's in a language I don't understand.
Okay. What? Explain to me what the language looks like.
Just lots of angles, and it's like very like that.
Right.
I mean, I don't know how to show it to you really without you being able to see the parchment. I mean, what am I supposed to just?
I'm just saying. Does the language look like is it very like very loopy, very? Like,
no. It's very.
What languages can you read? I don't know what you.
I can read Celestial. I can read Elvish. I can read Common. It's none of those.
That's surprising. Okay.
That it's not one of the languages that I know.
Yep. Okay, so it's not
you
that.
know, just add you to the list of the people that underestimate me. It's fine. Anyway, it's very angular. It's very straight. It's as if I carved it with my halberd. It's very straight angles, almost runish.
Okay, could it be dwarven?
Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know.
Okay. Well, with that sort of writing, could be dwarven, could be orc, could be giant. Basically, any ugly creature that has a language usually writes somewhat like that. Okay.
Character, is that accurate? Is that what I saw?
Yes. No, you did great. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, interesting. So, any
So
word?
You said dwarven. You said giant. You said anything ugly.
Anything ugly.
Well, then obviously you couldn't read it. That's yeah. Okay. So what?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said. So. Look, I just want to save this kingdom from Tal. That's all I want. I want to protect my friends and protect everybody I can from Tal, because I know what he's done. I know what he's done to me. I know what he can do to everyone, and I know what he's trying to do to everyone. We are fine. That's all we want.
You see her shoulders kind of relax a little bit as you kind of become serious. She kind of becomes a little more relaxed. She goes, well, the best way to do that would probably be to be coming back. to land. I mean,
Well,
ideally
obviously, but,
legally,
like-
but if not, then
Well, we're almost there. I think we're almost there. I know that
you said
Eldrin's
you're
been
in a
making...
castle underwater. I assume Minoria.
Yep.
Okay, that is several thousands leagues under the sea.
Yeah. I just meant the court proceedings are almost finished. I think that once that's done, we'll our names are cleared. We'll be fine.
Okay.
Also, I think that it's kind of important that we can at the very least have Honoria's support as we attack fucking Tal eventually. Be really good to have them on our side, no?
Yes, it would be good not to underestimate Tal, from what I understand.
Oh, no, never.
Things up here have been interesting.
Yeah, tell me about it. How are you? Yeah.
I am currently in North Imaea, somewhere in the Lost Woods. Probably close to wherever Wilbur's home is. Cerilius liked to spend a lot of time here, so I assume I wasn't there for...
But yeah, how are you doing with that? I remember when you blew the roof off the building. How are you doing with all that?
So I've just been kind of trying to lay low and, like I said, the closest you're able to handle the... quickest you're able to handle things legally on this end, most likely I will be able to come back and assist you in the best way I can. Not
the best way to contact you.
Well, do you have a sending spell?
I don't, but I know someone else does. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll borrow their bracelet. It'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. Unless you want to talk to somebody else instead, it's fine. Yeah, no problem.
Gwar, I'm talking to you. What is this? Why you're being weird?
Listen, it's been a long time since I've seen you. I'm very happy to see you, but I'm just trying not to be too, Listen, when this is all over, I don't know.
Don't. No, you're gonna.
I'm not proposing marriage, Broomhilda. I just wanted to see if you wanted to get a drink or something. Jesus.
I'll tell you what. You kill Tal. I will go and have a drink with you. Okay.
So do I have to be the one to actually kill Tal, or can I just kind of be there and like weaken him?
If you, I'll say this: if Tal dies, we'll have a drink.
Bet.
Okay. Does that help the...
I heard some youths saying that. I think it's an affirmation. I think it means like I am willing to do that. That's I accept those terms. Yes.
I understand what that means. I have a lot of poor kids that come to me that's looking for wealth. And
you have a lot
like
of poor kids.
Yes, I have a lot of poor... You were there. You were there in the Bitches Brew when people came to me and I did the fake fortune telling shit.
Yes, you're very popular. I understand. Yes. I don't blame them. You're I know you're powerful. I get it.
Have you heard from Cerilius?
No. Are you kidding me?
Okay. Would you tell me if you did?
Yeah, of course I would. I'll tell you anything you want me. I'd do anything for you. I mean, I'd tell you anything you want.
Okay.
Of course, yeah.
Have you heard from Huxley?
Not since we were gone. No. But not since we've been down here. To my knowledge. I've been a bit busy.
Sure, just to be sure, you do understand that was not him that gave you up.
Right.
Okay.
That seemed pretty clear. I mean... even Huxley is not that big of a bitch. He
is, well... He is
You
many
said
things.
that big of one.
No, he's a piece of work. Trust me, I know. But okay, all right. Where are the rest of the crew? Oh, by the way, Ralia Samira says hi.
I was just gonna ask, how's she doing? Did she ask about me? I mean, obviously she did. That's great. Thank you. Tell her I said hello back.
Okay. Yes.
She was very nice to me. I appreciated that.
Yes, she's very nice to many people.
Yeah, my one regret is I didn't get
You see her look off. Actually, just go, what? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She says hi again.
Oh, you know, my one regret in the wedding was we didn't get to dance. I was really looking forward to asking her to dance, but maybe in the next wedding.
Yeah, you know what? If you just do me a favor, look at me and turn that way, and go ahead and talk to her.
Hey, how are you? I didn't even know you were there. Were you there the whole time?
She is laughing and smiling, and she gives you a wave, and I'm done. Can I be done with this? Can I? Thank you. Okay, all right.
Let's next wedding. Let's dance, okay? Yeah. Okay. Thanks. That was nice of you to do that. That was cool. Yeah. I mean, I would dance with you too. You just don't seem like you the dancing type. That's all. No offense. Just I don't want to ask you to do something you don't want to do.
Thank you. So cutting off from this, the rest of the group, you guys, I think because you guys were wanting to come to Gwar, correct?
Yeah, to get Gwar so we can talk somewhere. Us minus Milo.
Right. Yeah. Milo, it's going to take you the rest of the night, we'll say, to be able to learn this cantrip. So we'll.
Can we just to state Milo had his own wand?
You whittled it as a child.
Yeah, there's a point where like Milo, you just keep asking like, so I need a wand for this.
So yeah,
to the point that Cyrus is like, okay, here's just a stick, wand, and just gives it to you. Yes.
So he came prepared.
Yes. Oh, okay. You pulled it out of the turban. That's
I love it.
Yeah.
The magic does not come out of the wand, but you use it anyways. I love that. Yeah. Gwar, you hear a knock at the door?
Oh, yeah.
No, there's a knock, and then I go, "Why am I knocking? This is my palace." And then I walk in.
So before the door opens, I would just say like, by the way, Celeste said to say they're sorry.
I think the door opens right at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Gwar, you didn't manage to kill anyone else in the 10 minutes that I left you alone, have you?
Broomhilda's
Can I
here.
see what he? Can I see what he is showing us?
Yeah, you all can see.
What? What?
What are you doing?
What?
It's Broomhilda. Yeah.
I walk up and kind of push Gwar out of the way, and I say, "Is everything okay?"
What do you mean, sorry?
I didn't apologize. I have nothing to apologize for.
No.
That was to you.
They just said to say that they're sorry. I don't. They just. That's what they told me to tell you.
About what?
I think having to leave.
I didn't know Celeste, so I wouldn't know if they or she left.
Okay, I was just relaying the message.
You said they left. Where did they go?
They just said they had to go away to understand. So, okay. So whenever I was almost being possessed by Tal, they were trying to protect me but it seemed like Tall was sort of gaining the upper hand, and they didn't know how to handle that. And I think that they left to kind of figure out what happened and how to overcome it if it ever happened again.
Why does that involve me?
They just told me to tell you that they're sorry. Maybe because your dad's an asshole? I don't know.
Where is Celeste from?
The Celestial Plane. The name gives it away, doesn't it? Celestial.
Wilbur's in the background. Oh!
Give me a second.
Wait, is
I'll
that-
be right back.
And Eldrin says, is that the thing that you that my sister was talking to? The Zord?
You said the Zord?
No, when Anrin had... Never mind. It's not important.
Like a dragon Zord? What?
Is everything okay? What did Broomhilda have to say? What's going on?
We're just catching up.
Okay.
She said she's in North Imaea, near the Lost Woods, which doesn't make sense to me because if they're Lost Woods and they know where they are, would they be the Found Woods? Anyway, near, I guess, Wilbur, where you grew up.
Yeah. What's she doing there?
We didn't get that far. You all barged in, so I couldn't have a chance to
I
ask.
mean, she's been on the run the past 3 days, Gwar, since the wedding, and since
Yeah,
we've
but
been
she's
here.
with her friend from the wedding, though, and she asked about me, so.
Well, that's good.
Does anyone remember where Ralia Samir is from?
I'd have to go back in my notes.
Did we ever
Okay.
talk about where she's from?
I don't know.
Might not have. It might
I
not
don't
have
think
come
we
up,
did.
I'm not sure.
I don't
Okay.
think we did. Kayla will know. She's looking.
Yep.
I'll try.
Secret weapons.
So yeah, Eldrin comes back, though. Well, in this conversation, she's like, "Well, is now not a good time, Gwar? I mean,
For what?
to discuss things."
No, I'm glad you're here. I enjoy your company. I'm glad you're safe.
I mean, okay.
The kingdom was almost blown to bits. Okay, so like
Yeah,
that
that
was
happened
like
yesterday.
yesterday.
I understand, but that's over and done with, and we have other things that we need to focus on and figure
Look,
out.
I understand
Number
that
one-
you think it was so yesterday, but the fact of the matter is that was not that long ago.
No, I understand that was not that long ago. I'm just saying that it is over, and there are other things that we need to focus on. One of them being what's going on with Saren. We need to figure out if we can contact Cerilius. Which actually, honestly, Wilbur, why don't you just try my bracelet and see if he will come here?
But what if it's not good for him to come here? I mean, what if... I don't know.
That reminds
Okay,
me,
well-
can I use your bracelet when we're ready to leave? Because Broomhilda told me to tell her when we're ready to go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're not ready to leave yet, obviously, but
Obviously,
of course,
we
why
have to get
can't... I mean, I can just contact her, Gwar. But...
No. She wanted me to do it though.
Okay. I mean, I was pretty rude to her the last time we spoke, so I guess it makes sense that she wouldn't want to talk to me.
Right.
Right.
Gwar had no idea. Well,
Gorge's just excited that there's
Right.
a reason that Eldrin doesn't need to talk to her.
That's so good. Right.
okay. Yeah, anyway. So what do we want to do now? I can't do anything with Harris's body until tomorrow, but once I use the power of persona to make him speak with me, it'll all be sorted out, Gwar. Everything's gonna be fine.
I
You have
know, I'm
nothing
not
to worry
worried.
about. Okay.
I believe in you. Yeah.
We need to go talk to Glorian about Adim, I believe is the name. I would prefer to wait for Noros and you, because Noros actually knows Glorian, and you seem to have a rapport with her, and also Milo, because he's
Good.
the one with the
I guess I do. Yeah.
the amulet. We need to talk to Cerilius. Wilbur seems very nervous about that, but we can try and figure that out more. I want to ask Persona about this he who shall not be named. Wilbur, Saren, am I allowed to say that name if I'm by myself and praying to my god? Actually, I'm not even going to ask you that. Persona is more powerful than anyone. Obviously, I can use that
Except
name.
Bahamut, but that's
Never
not...
mind.
Yeah, anyway, what? Who? Wait, is that why you're acting weird, Saren?
Gwar and Eldon are looking at you expectantly. You're reading a book.
I'm reading a book. Like,
you're acting like you're in a meat suit, but you've been acting very weirder than usual. So, are you all right? What's going on? Is this name they can't say having anything to do with it?
oh, no, I'm fine right now. That just happens when I don't help a soul pass on. I'm trying to find a better way to say it. People keep thinking I'm
you
evil.
never made clear if you've done that in my palace, and
Wait,
if so,
hold on.
who
Hang
you've
on.
done that to.
You need to collect souls now?
How often?
Yeah.
How many? What kind of soul? Can it be the soul of, say, there's an issue with an overpopulation of dolphins in Anoria? Can we take them?
Yeah, fuck dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying I wouldn't make Saren mad anytime soon.
I mean, I never
Well,
wanted
that's
to anyway. I've seen
uncomfortable.
her fight. I don't want to make her mad. I mean, but yeah,
I'm not gonna take any of your souls.
Okay.
But if I died next to you, what would happen? Like, could you not help yourself? Like, say, Milo, until yesterday, couldn't control himself as he was a werewolf. If I was dying and bloodied next to him, he might not be able to help himself. What about you? Are you going to get this itch, this urge?
I'm pretty sure I can control it. Like, I can just choose not to, but then the weird, like, separation from my body happens.
Wait, who's controlling this? Who's doing this to you?
I'll tell you later, Gwar. I'm not allowed to say the name apparently in front of Saren.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe Wilbur can, like, write it down or something, but yeah, something happens when people
if
say
you write it down and you're in the room.
Could we come up with like a code name or something? Like I don't know, like
What did he look like?
Like a Tyler or like Blake?
We can. Those are stupid names.
I know. No one would ever be called that. Well, that'd be easy to recognize. Trent.
No, he looked evil.
We could just call him.
Yeah, what Wilbur said.
Evil.
Oh,
but there's a lot of evil things because we might be talking about Tall. We might be talking.
Ethan. What about Ethan? I'm just making sounds at this point.
I think we're getting really into the semantics and like the descriptions too much.
Chad.
Okay, I'm okay with Chad.
Chad. Excellent.
All right.
So this Chad is making you do this?
And he's pressuring you into doing things that you do not want to do. Have you given consent?
I signed a contract, but I couldn't read the contract.
Okay. Well, I mean, what do you mean you couldn't read the contract? How is that legally binding whatsoever?
Good question.
Why would you sign something you can't read, Saren?
Ask me.
Saren, who signed something they can't read?
I had to get Wilbur and myself back here. We probably both would be dead if I didn't do it, and
well, that
Karen Erickson when you need him.
You know what? You're right. If Wilbur hadn't have been there, then we could have dealt with your death. And I say,
wow.
When you say, when you look like that, I go, because we can bring you back, Saren. We can't bring Wilbur back. It wasn't. We would mourn you differently. We would bring you back. Wilbur, we can't. So I understand your reasoning when you put it that way. I mean, obviously, I would do everything in my power, Saren, to bring you back. It's really, honestly, up to you, and if your soul is willing. Persona can only do so much. I think we've gotten off topic.
So have you seen Chad? Have you seen this Chad before?
Yeah, he's a big, evil, smoky, tall blob.
Is he evil, or does he just seem evil because he deals in necromantic stuff. I mean, death in itself isn't inherently evil.
Well, that's what I was trying to get at. I'm not just like killing people and taking all their souls. It's more of a like once a day helps someone pass on kind of thing, but I do have to do it once a day.
So I mean,
But like,
okay. It'd be much easier if we were in a town with a bunch of weak people. Peasants seem to die all over the place.
Malnourished.
I'm not saying it's a good thing, but rather them than us.
Wow, really said like an elitist princess, huh?
Okay, Gwar. If Saren has to kill someone in a day, who is it gonna be?
I'm just saying, if you have a platform to help many people, why wouldn't you use it?
We do. Haven't you seen that Anora has a true middle class, unlike on land? We actually help our people, and I'm not having this argument with you, Gwar.
Milo walks in. Why are all of you shouting?
We're always shouting.
Hey! Did that guard find you?
It's like really quiet. It's like really quiet in this castle. Is it normally this quiet? You guys are the loudest thing here.
Did that guard find you?
No, I haven't talked to him.
There's a guard that was having some emotional problems or something, and I told him to talk to you because you're very helpful with those things. Okay, fine. What have you been up to?
Nope. Oh, I learned how to do this, and Milo cleans 1 square foot of his cloak.
Okay.
Oh wow, you cleaned yourself. Good job. Wow. Ooh. Oh.
Anyway.
Wait, hold on. Milo takes out a wand.
Yeah.
Which is just a stick.
And I say, so you're what now? You're best friends with Zara?
I mean, I wouldn't say best friends. I mean, we had a moment.
Yeah.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I mean, I don't often worry about him or think about him, so that's fine.
Maybe you can teach him some manners.
I feel like you did some weird things to your brother, so you might want to keep a lookout on that trip.
What?
I feel like his relationship's done some weird stuff with your brother.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have so many brothers that have had issues. I didn't realize you were talking about Nabos.
Oh yeah, the one that's alive.
The living one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, big whoop! I can do this, and I like cast minor illusion, and I just make a chair appear.
Okay, well, right now, everyone.
Is Brunhilde still here?
No, she left. She left.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Right now.
She said she's coming back though.
Right now, we can't do much because I can't do anything with Harris's body until tomorrow. We can't go and talk with Glorian about Adim until tomorrow because we want Gwar there. I mean,
well, you gotta find a soul for Saren, and then we can go to sleep.
No, I'm not having a part in this. I would rather not know what's going on and not see it. Saren,
go to the senior center. You have to
find a soul.
Go to the Anorian Senior Center and just pull one out.
Noros comes walking in. Why are you guys so loud?
Oh, hey, Noros.
Oh, where have you been? Did you tell me? I'm so sorry if you didn't. I forgot. That's on me.
Yeah, babe. I told you.
Man, Noros,
but
you're
where were you?
Talented. He is a real one. I like him.
I mean, yeah,
so,
Bolos is very talented with the garden.
What did you say to my father?
Who? Me?
Yeah, you.
Why? What did he do?
He's just being really weird.
What do you mean weird?
Weirder than normal?
Like, I went to visit him. I mean, Eldrin, you know, like the minute we're in there, it's like we don't exist. So it's, quick 5-minute, 10 minutes max.
Very beneficial when you were sneaking me in back in the day.
Yes.
Okay. Right, we get it. You had sex. It's fine. Continue.
Well, that's not what I was. Okay.
That's exactly what you were saying. Continue, Nora.
No, I was saying that. Okay.
I don't know how else to put it. He's being nice.
The
Oh, that's
problem?
weird.
Like wanting to like hang out with me.
Father, like, why wouldn't he want to? You're a good person. Why wouldn't he want to spend time with you?
Honey, you explain. I don't know what to.
I mean, Bolos is a very kind man, but he's also a lot older than some fathers, and so sometimes was a little bit more not as involved. I'm trying to say this in
Flighty.
a very
I think the
delicate
word's
way.
flighty. You're looking
Um,
for.
Oh, so you're saying he's part of the
he was an
silent generation?
asshole. I love the man, but he did the bare minimum. And I'll
He's making up for lost time, Noros.
It was just, yeah, which is why I'm asking now, what did you do?
You're suggesting I'm responsible for him wanting to rekindle his relationship with you?
He's never done anything like this before. He literally came up to me and gave me he gave me a hug.
That's weird.
Yes. He
Amazing!
asked how Eldrin was doing.
You remember her name?
I can only dream of having a father like that.
Milo, he's been working for my family for like a century. Of course he knows my name.
I mean, he hasn't shown that. He hasn't shown evidence of that since I've met him.
3 days? What? Noros, I guess I just don't...
I mean, is this a problem, Noros?
No, I guess this is for the better. It's just creepy. That's all.
I mean...
It weirds me out.
Or, to be blunt, I think the last time that Bolos hugged Noros was when Noros's mother died. So it's been a very long time. Okay?
Oh, no. You remember I said that I thought he was hugging me and he was actually reaching behind me to grab the dinner plate. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the saddest thing I've heard all day. And I've heard some sad things. I killed a guy.
I guess. What?
Oh,
in self-defense.
Gwar is under house arrest right now.
That's not important. It's gonna be fine. Anyway, how? Okay.
Listen,
maybe listen, Norris. Maybe we had a discussion, and I talked you up a lot. I just said maybe I just suggested that you're a good one, and you're worth having a relationship with. I don't know. Maybe I helped him find some joy in his life. I gave him a window in his house. So he wanted a window. I gave him a window.
We're underwater.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What does he want a window for? He can just... Hey, listen. All right. So, putting all that aside, I do have some news. I just talked to actually, yeah, Gwar killing a guy explains a lot. But I just talked to Generous. So the teleportation circle to leave here in a hurry, that was involved in the blast.
It's not good.
Oh.
But that's Zaris's job to fix.
Yeah, you tell him that.
I have no problem with that.
I will. I apparently can help people be in good moods.
But I also,
couldn't leave.
Well, he's allowed to stay in this wing. But okay, I will discuss this with Zaris. Although I'm sure that it's already been discussed with him. At this point.
Hey, Eldrin, if you can get him here though before I'm set free, because obviously I'm going to be set free. I would love to see if he can read this thing. And I show the parchment.
Is it a language I know? Primordial or Elvish?
No.
Okay. Why do you have a bunch of lines on a piece of
Because
paper?
Remember how I told you I lost time? Well, Noros' dad walked me around the back of his house and showed me where I apparently slashed this into the back wall of the house. And that's why my halberd was blunt.
Wilbur, Milo, do any of you recognize this language?
Wilbur.
Probably me.
That'd be great if you were like, Wilbur, you do not.
You do not. Wilbur, you... I think in my perspective of Wilbur, a lot of what Wilbur does in terms of the idea of like helping out is very passive. I think in the assumption that like Wilbur is of always like an outsider kind of like looking in. So any like concept of like helping out with anything is like just shrugged off. Like, yeah, I'll look at it. But Wilbur, you from the distance, and we'll say that's like, 5 or so feet. Yeah, these markings look familiar to you.
Yeah, I think I can understand them.
That's amazing! Wilbur, you're amazing! What does it say?
You walk closer, Wilbur. You take the page. And I think the rest of you just are all looking at Wilbur as Wilbur tries to decipher what this message says. It's in Giant, and what you know about the Giant language. Remember, I think we recalled the reason why you knew Giant was because of. Actually, remind me.
Literally size difference.
Yeah, he needed
Literally
to be able to yell,
because of the
"Watch
size
out!"
difference.
Please do not step
Watch
on
out! Don't step on me.
That's right. Yeah, and I think it was something that where like you're traveling from North Imaea to South Imaea. There were some mountainous sort of regions that you passed by, and you learned some basic, some very basic Giant. But you notice that this is written in that same sort of basic form. Giant itself is probably one of the easier languages to understand because it is so rudimentary, and it's more on the idea of like of really just understanding your like understanding the basics of it and then filling in the blanks for yourself. I am sending you what the message says.
I don't want to read it.
Oh no!
I don't want to read it out loud.
You don't have to read out loud, but I would like you to tell us how Wilbur reacts. Wilbur, in this moment, you remember that there was a certain point where you managed to do an amazing thing. And that was to be able to get into Tall's mind. But to do so, that meant that you also had to open up your side as well.
Yeah. This is like a book, right? Like I'm holding this in my hands.
It's just a copy of a note. It's a very
okay.
simple, like kind of piece of paper.
I think Wilbur will just drop it and just look around and kind of slowly look at everyone.
Wilbur, you okay?
No. It said the grove will be red with the blood of your brothers.
And you guys aren't sure what the grove is. But by the expression on Wilbur's face, you get an idea.
It was the grove.
That's my home.
Fuck her. We need to talk to Brumhilda immediately.
I would give Gwar my bracelet.
I immediately just send a message to Brumhilda. We deciphered the message. And then it says the grove will be, what was it?
The grove will be red with the blood of your brothers.
The grove will be red with the blood of your brothers. Please intervene if you can.
P.S. It's about Wilbur.
It's about Wilbur. Send.
Mm-hmm.
There is silence. You don't hear a response. About a minute goes by. Nora's goes over to Wilbur and just puts a hand on their back. What do you want us to do?
I don't know what we can do. We're stuck here. You just said the thing. I don't even know how we can get out of here. What we can do.
Wilbur, I've sent the most powerful person we've met outside of you to see if she can intervene.
I wonder if Winona sees it coming.
I hope so. Hopefully she can get people to safety. I mean, wombats.
Yeah. Take off my other bracelet. And I hand it over to Wilbur and I say, she doesn't need to see it because you can tell her. And I know. And then Eldrin says, give me an hour and we can leave and we can go there. Milo, can you go talk to Zaris? I need to go to the Temple of Persona so that we can come back.
Yeah.
He was able to teleport us here from the Merid's lair or whatever. Maybe he can teleport us somewhere else and then I can get us back. But I need some time at the temple first. And it'll be like we were never on land. We'll figure this out and then come back.
this point, you get a message back, Gwar. That says, this circle takes 10 minutes to make. Get your shit together. You're leaving.
I relay that message to the group.
How are we supposed to get back?
I think Broomhilda's going to take care of that.
Will Duchess fit?
Man, I hope so.
So, in those 10 minutes, what would you all like to do? I know some of you might just stay there and maybe comfort Wilbur, but I would say specifically Eldrin, you recognize that you can make it to the temple and come back within 10 minutes. You probably cannot talk to your father about what's in your room within 10 minutes. Or, excuse me, you couldn't do that at the same time. You would have to probably choose one or the other.
Well, that's easy. I go to the temple, and I'm gonna cast Word of Recall, so that I can get us back here.
All right.
Wilbur's messaging Winona. And he'll say, Mother, I think the grove is in danger. You need to warn everyone.
On my way to the temple, I separate. I have Norris go talk to my mom to tell him what's going on, so that she is aware that, I'm leaving Bulma with her.
Okay. The weight of a heavy die roll, I will always be okay with taking personally. I will be okay with making that roll. But if anyone, specifically talking to Wilbur, if anyone would like to choose, so this would be an important roll. Not to twist the knife, but it has been at least 2 days since that message has been made. So would you like me to roll?
I don't want to roll.
Okay.
Roll with inspiration. So roll with advantage.
Okay. Do you want to spend your inspiration?
Yep.
All right. So, Eldrin, you run to the temple. We'll say, honestly, for the sake of brevity, you get on the first hippocampus that is just there and just say, I'm the princess, and just take off and go.
Mm-hmm.
You see Noros is running out with you, but splits up. I think you start to ask, where are you going, and then you see the direction that he's going and know that he's going home.
He's going home instead of going to talk to my mom.
Talk to your mom? Oh,
yeah, I'm sorry.
Did I miss that?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
That he would split off from me to talk to her, to tell, I asked him to tell her about what's going on so that Volmos isn't left unattended.
Okay, cool. He gives you a long look and says, okay. And moves off in that direction, splitting from the castle going up. Sorry, he's still in the castle. You leave the castle. Milo, you go to Zaris. I assume.
Well, he doesn't need to now.
I don't
Right.
need to.
It's
Yeah.
up to you. Okay, cool.
Darren goes to get Gerard out of her room.
Okay. You go to get Gerard. You see Gerard is still kind of like side-eyeing you every once in a while, but comes willingly.
Damn it. I can't teleport all of us plus Noros with Gerard, right? It's Gerard's a creature.
Gerard would be considered a creature, yes.
Okay.
For the record, he wouldn't like it, but you could have Noro stay.
I know. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. You cast your spell. You feel. Let's actually. We'll kind of. Yeah, we got plenty of time. We're good. What was the name of the spell again? One more time.
Word of recall.
Word of recall.
It's instantaneous. That helps.
It does.
And it's 6th level.
Sensation cast a spell within a location. Tell what does it do? Okay. Okay. You cast it immediately. You feel this kind of warm sort of presence escape your fingers as you can tell out the spell absolutely worked. And I imagine that you're just kind of in the doorway, looking at this place that you cherished for so long that now just has a completely different meaning to you. I think in an Eldrin type fashion, you just bang the doorway a couple times, and just turn back and run.
Mhm.
On the way back, you see Noros meets you in the doorway, the gateway of the castle. Okay, I told her to not go well, but she understands. So I'm gonna just run real quick and grab my trident.
I need you to stay.
What?
I am not powerful enough to bring everyone back. And I can't ask one of them to stay because this isn't their home. Because there's a chance that Brunhilde is going to die or something while we're out there, and then she can't teleport us back here. And I'm the only way. Can you say something?
What if you? I mean, you could teleport me there, and I could just find a ship or something to come back and meet you guys a week or two later?
I can't tell you what to do. If you want to come, I can't stop you when Broomhilda takes us all. We're not going to be gone that long. We'll be back as soon as we figure out what's going on.
Yeah, okay, I hear you, but if you're concerned about the all-powerful Broomhilda dying, I love you, hon, but she's on a different scale. I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
It was a 7.
Okay.
So I'll allow you to take the reins on that if you want.
So Eldrin says, I don't want to be separated from you, but I don't know what else to do because I owe these people my life. And I trust you more than anything. So in my short absence, you could take care of things here at least. Honestly, if it was up to me, I would choose you over Gerard any day, but I don't think that Saren will go for that.
Yeah. Let's head back to them. He kind of turns and kind of walks off. Do you try to keep pace with him?
Yeah.
He comes into the door. Gwar, was there anything that you wanted to do?
I think that I would just be praying because I have all my stuff, so it's not like I need to gather anything, and there's no one else I need to really talk to. And I think I'd just be staying by Wilbur and praying to Bahamut, but then also just like, I don't know, in a desperate way to like reach out to Celeste, like, where are you? Come back.
Okay.
I will find you if I can, but come back. It's fine. I forgave myself.
You see Noros burst through the door and makes a beeline right towards you, Gwar.
Okay.
In the most intense emotive state you've ever seen Noros in. Puts a finger right in your face and says, protect her with your life.
I move the finger out of my face and say, always.
Or I will find you and kill you myself.
If I can protect her, I'll do it for you.
Looks at all of you. You can see, I think eyes just watering up. Protect my wife. And Watch out for yourselves too, huh?
You're not coming?
Not this time. At this point, I would say, Eldrin, you're in the doorway. He kind of just looks back. I'm going to take care of things here.
They're lucky to have you.
Wilbur. Get them help.
Yeah.
I'll go up and hug Noros.
Gives you a hug down. It's awkward. Like, the arms don't find him, so it's gonna come down.
I go and I hug him from behind, and so it's even more awkward.
Norris walks to Eldrin in the doorway.
Mhm.
Gives you a kiss that is rather short. It just says, I'll see you in a few days.
Eldrin hugs him.
You guys embrace. You hear, Gwar, you hear another message on your, from Brumhilda. Okay, pretty much 2 minutes. Make sure you're in a space that I can appear and bring you all. As you look at the tiny room that you're all in right now.
We need to get out of here.
Room-sized room.
We need to get to a bigger space.
Wait 1 second. I need to go down and say goodbye to Duchess.
Cool.
And Milo sprints out of the room without a second thought.
What,
Cool.
The other 8 minutes.
Recognizing, I think, Gwar, that like the space that you're looking for could be out in the main courtyard area.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is probably where Milo's headed. You guys, I assume, try to follow at Milo's pace,
Yeah.
unsuccessfully. Assuming that Saren tries to stay with the group, I think. Oh no, Milo's at 45 feet. You guys aren't catching up to him.
No.
The little corgi legs get going.
Yes. You find Duchess literally just munching on what looks to be a tree, like an underwater sort of like tree-like plant that they had uprooted from the ground. And like it's in the giant claw, but it's a tiny mouth, so it's taking its time.
It's like a oversized corn cob.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine Bolos spent a lot of time taking care of this tree. Milo's going to like run up frantic and swim up to meet Duchess as face to face as he can.
Mm-hmm.
And hug her eye stalk and say, I'm gonna be back, but I'm gonna have to go away for a little while. Stay safe and don't break too many things.
Roll me an animal handling check with advantage.
Well, thank God for that advantage. The first one was a 2. And the second one was a 16.
16. Upon your arrival, you see Duchess kind of like turn turn down, like turn the shoulder down too, so that you can like get into the eye socket of the skull. And that's when you like kind of are hugging around the actual like the face of Duchess. You're not sure if Duchess is fully understanding you until you see one of the like kind of like tentacle things go in its own sort of like go in the eye hole and sit there for about maybe 10 seconds and then comes back out with another.
Hey, she has all my shit.
Well, yeah. So yeah, she picks up your bag, I'll say, and brings all that stuff out. And she also has like balancing on her hand the same. I can't remember exactly what we called it. Anybody remember
the orb?
Like, yeah, the like almost glass-like looking orb.
Yeah,
looks kind of like a bubble. Because I believe you used yours, correct?
I did not. Gwar broke mine, and I have
Gwar
Gwar's.
broke yours.
Yeah, because I tried to put it down and it got smashed.
Okay, cool. Then I'll say in that case, I don't think Duchess would know that you lost one, so just kind of pulls your stuff out and gives it to you as a sign of understanding that you're not going to be. You're not going to be there.
And I'm gonna grab my stuff and come down, and I'm as we wait for Broomhilda out here. As we wait for Broomhilda out here, I'm gonna grab like one of Duchess's like legs, like kind of hold my hand on one of Duchess's legs and kind of wait.
Okay. Yeah. You see the rest of the crew kind of scramble out. As Gwar, I think Gwar might be like counting in his head.
Yeah.
You're at 20 seconds.
I relay that information to the group.
I think I know Lorianne is dealing with what she's dealing with, but the rest of you, we'll say actually Saren, roll me a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. With a dirty 20, you see just to the kind of off to the side. There's a very high balcony that you see that there is a figure that is staring down at you all. Knowing the height of where that would be, and the royal adornments that are surrounding that balcony, you assume that that is Ilrin looking down at you all. And I think you all just look around at this place that realistically it's only been 3 days, but certainly feels like a lot has happened during that time. There is a heavy whooshing sound, all disembodied, seeming like it's coming from nowhere. And you hear this like within the whooshing, you also hear this like kind of cracking. Milo, you're the first to notice that it's like it's coming around your feet. As the rest of you kind of just start to like you all start to kind of back up as a almost like a reverse Superman kind of happens, where the ground is cracked before Broomhilda arrives. Just and you see Broomhilda there. You see her holding her mouth closed. She's motioning around for you all to grab hands.
We do.
Okay.
I don't let go of Duchess.
All right. You hold on to Duchess. You see Broomhilda like kind of like look at you. Look at Duchess.
All right, I'm gonna hug her leg and then grab the rest of the group.
Okay.
While I shout, because I can talk, I'm gonna shout coward.
Roll initiative. You see her just shake her head. She looks long and hard at Wilbur as you guys are kind of like gathering yourself up. What does she see in Wilbur?
Is still just like kind of slowly looking around, and Wilbur's at this moment thinking, I couldn't wait to leave this place as soon as we got here, and now I want nothing more than to stay. And then he'll like lock eyes with Broomhilda and kind of give a little nod.
Broomhilda nods back. Gives a sideways glance to Eldrin, recognizing that Noros is not here. I think actually, yeah, looks kind of like but over her shoulder and can see that Noros is by the gate, just watching from a distance. Gives kind of confused look at that, and then you see she like actually has to say things, so she has to take in water to be able to have this spell work. But you feel a sudden rush as you guys just start to be transported. You feel your body become from a feeling of being the most weighted down you've probably ever felt to fully weightless, as it is something that happens within a millisecond, as you are just as you all are kind of gathering yourself. You hear a coughing sound from Broomhilda as she is taking on a ton of water, and
Can Milo prestidigitate the water out of her lungs? It's not going to be as helpful as what anything she can do.
I'd say you're certainly trying. We'll say
he's gonna approach her with his wand.
And you hear the sound of the forest. You guys are on the surface. Wilbur, you immediately look around, and you see about maybe 20 feet off from you is a little wombat who is you can hear saying out loud, Okay, honey. I mean, everything seems fine here. It turns and sees you as you see Winona in the distance. Uh, and you see her just run to you and just throw her arms around you. And you know that you have made it before anything bad has happened yet.
Oh, thank God.
And with that,
Is
go
she
ahead.
wearing? Is she wearing anything? Like a dress, maybe?
She is actually, yeah.
Did you just pull
I
up
know.
what is she wearing?
I know. But she had a. There was a cute story with a dress, and then I lost the way to say that in English that wasn't creepy. I'm sorry.
Can I end this session now?
No.
And with that, we will end tonight's session. Wow, Jamie.
Is she wearing anything?
Jesus.
What
Okay,
is she
first of all,
wearing?
first of all,
Oh.
and secondly,
What's up, girl?
And second,
Describe it.
all right, gang.
I hate this place. Like my
So
mom makes me come here.
I was legitimately sitting on the information of what was carved into that stone for 7, 8 sessions.
Yep.
And the longer you guys and rightfully so, there's a lot of other stuff that went on, but the longer you guys waited, I was like, this, I mean, I have to make a DC for this, and it's going to go up every day. I rolled a natural 19, so we made it.
That's a relief.
Excuse me. Eldon, I assume you're, Lorianne, I assume you're watching this at this point, so I'm assuming everything is okay. But yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
it said in the chat. Yeah, she just wanted to chat.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So I assume that we're good.
Yeah.
Wow, gang. That was a way to get to the surface, and I think it was something that I knew because we actually put last session that there was a I think Gwar, you saw that there was a clamoring with the guards when you had left. There was information that was sent to Generous that you specifically said you weren't really paying attention to.
Right.
That was what the message was that the teleportation circle had been destroyed. So, yeah. And you guys are back with Broomhilda.
Winona.
And Winona.
Broomhilda, though.
And Wally.
And Wally. Yeah, Wally's going to be there. Your whole family's going to be there. Yeah, your whole
and
family's
Walter.
Oh, the whole family. We get to hang out with them.
Mm-hmm. You guys are going to be introduced to the Grove.
Hey.
And assumedly, I don't think this is any surprise, you're also going to have to defend the Grove.
Sure.
Yeah. You guys are also, by the way, technically now in North Imaea. So everybody.
Could we maybe recruit the North Imaea party to help us out?
They're dealing with their own stuff, man.
No, this is more important.
Tuesday group is lost in a cave somewhere that is one of the most, believe it or not, even more so than the stuff that I've written for you guys, one of the most heart-wrenching stories I've ever written. And they're killing it over there. The Friday group is not that far from you guys. So we'll see what happens there. But also, like just to kind of give a forewarning on this. So the reason why, and I had talked to Miranda earlier today about like what would be the name of your home, while like knowing that that is a weird like question to answer, because for Wilbur's people there would be no reason to name their home, because they're not meeting anyone else. But after pressing Miranda, I said, like, could it be called the Grove or something like that? Saying like just in the all this to say that basically the area of where Wilbur is a very well kept secret. No one knows anything about it at all. It is very hidden away, deep, 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 deep in this forest. The only reason why Tall would know where it would be is because Tall got that information.
Right.
So, so yeah, fun. I can't believe the Mongoose Crew are in North Imaea. It's crazy.
Hell yeah.
Let's do so let's go ahead and do our kudos and wrap up this bad boy. Let's we'll go right ways. So we'll start with Mike.
Well, kudos to everybody because I thought we were all pretty evenly involved in this one, which is kind of fun because I know a lot of this, understandably so, has been very like Eldrin heavy because we've been in her home. So I think it was fun to have everybody kind of like come together and kind of say, oh yeah, this has been happening, and people are like, what? Oh my god, especially with Saren. I I really wish Duchess and Noros could have come with us, but that probably would have been a little OP'd, to be honest. So who knows? But I am hoping that Noros can somehow find his way back to us because he was a pretty good member of the party. I am very much looking forward to. Well, obviously, I'm looking forward to Gwar getting to have some more FaceTime with Broomhilda. And maybe have a little love triangle happening there. That could be fun. But also, I think I'm looking forward to like getting to know I think getting to know Wilbur's world and getting to know the family dynamics there. I also have. I know you're not a Star Wars person, but I could definitely see this being like a very Return of the Jedi with like the Ewoks, like in the way that they like attacked the stormtroopers, like. And I could see Gwar trying to be involved in that like preparation. So I think that could be really fun. And I also think it would be really fun for to see Wilbur kind of like spread their wings and like really like be really Wilbur in Wilbur's element. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing more of how Saren is going to collect souls and how that's all going to shake out. And I'm also excited to see Milo prestidigitate some stuff. So
yeah. I just thought it was funny that Brumhilda was like coughing up water. Can I help her do that? Yeah, I guess. Very cool. Jamie.
Kudos to Kayla. For whatever reason, anytime Saren and Zaris interact, it's my favorite thing in the world. It's never not funny. And yeah, I'm looking forward to exploring this. Like literally could not be more different from where Milo comes from. This it sounds from how Wilbur has described it, or how I think Winona described it as well. Like it's this like super idyllic foresty place. And yeah, I think that'll be really fun to see what shenanigans we can get up to and also kick some ass.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to build this scenario too.
Yeah.
Miranda, I think this is gonna call for the large board. Hopefully.
Yeah.
So you guys are in for a treat. Um, cool. All right, it's Kayla.
Kudos to everyone. I really liked Gwar's attempt to explain why he killed someone in like the 5 seconds that Theron was trying to leave a room, and also Eldrin kind of choosing to let Noros stay behind in their goodbye. And I'm very excited to both meet Wilbur's family and protect them.
Yeah.
And also use my dragonfly gossamer wings. Since I actually have a reason to now.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick.
Go fly through the forest.
Yeah, I the Gwar, fully being Gwar, like explaining everything to Brumhilda and me trying to like stay in character as Brumhilda, of like fully recognizing like I'm getting so much information, but legitimately at the same time, like it's so disjointed that it just doesn't, like, it doesn't make any sense at all. Um, I loved that. I thought it was very on point. It was very funny. It was something that like I think within like within a minute of the conversation, I think there was a part of Broomhilda where it's like, I really should have called someone else. Like I anyone else in the party. This was not the person to find out what's been going on.
But it wouldn't have been as funny.
It certainly wouldn't have been as funny, and I wouldn't, I the DM wouldn't have had it any other way. So cool. And yeah, last but not least, Miranda.
So kudos to Kayla for navigating a whole shitstorm amongst a whole shitstorm in Honoria. And like, gosh, John, that's disgusting. Kudos honestly to kudos honestly to all of us for like, well, all of you for going through all the emotions every single session with me, because here I've been like all night like da da da, haha, funny, haha, like everything's kosher, and then at the end, like I just kind of want to die. Like like the whole tone of everything changes, and everyone just being down to like rush to save my little wombat family and land. Yeah, I'm super excited to be reunited with Winona and meet all the other wombats. But I'm hella not excited to see what the hell is waiting for us. That's not gonna be fun.
I have to say, I personally, for me, a kudos to you is I don't know. Maybe this wasn't acting. I guess this would kind of make sense. But I think one of the reasons if I may say so, on behalf of the group, I think one of the reasons why it was so easy to be able to join you in that emotional pull was because that was like, obviously I knew what I sent you, but I felt like within the second of me sending that, you were like representing that emotion so well that I mean, like Mike even was like immediately like saying like, Wilbur, are you okay? Like there was that was either that was unbelievable character work, or you are truly so much invested in your character that it just came out naturally, and
It was
which
both.
both are very, very cool. Yeah, both are
It was
extremely
so
cool.
freaking real. I was like blown away, dude.
It's both. I got a little teary eyed
Yeah,
because I thought Winona was done for, and I was fully prepared for someone to be like, "Well, just look through her eyes," and I was gonna go on a big long emotional rant about how like why would I want to go look through her eyes and see my home in destruction and be stuck here? Like, why would I want to do that? Just because I can do it doesn't mean I should do it.
Yep. And that was based on the die roll.
Yes, and
I
I'm glad I
originally was
didn't
going to
roll
have it.
that.
Yeah, I originally had it was going to be 50-50. And then for each day it would have added, I think I kind of determined there would be 2, so it'd have to have been above a 14. Um, make it work. And Lorian, I know you had to jump off, but it was a 19. I don't know if you heard that.
Oh,
so,
nice.
which is good.
Yeah, my Nana called me 2 times in a row at midnight her time. Oh, it's like, oh God.
Scary.
What?
That's
just
scary.
to chat?
Yeah, she just wanted to chat.
She's not aware that is a dangerous time to call someone being.
She
Like,
said, "Your
when you're
grandfather and I were
elderly-
thinking about you."
Yeah, you don't do that.
Yeah,
When
she's
you're
like, "Your grandfather and I were
elderly, you
thinking
do
about
not do
you,
that.
so we wanted to give you a call and say hi."
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Well, that's
But it was
that
a
is
really
beautiful.
nice conversation.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
can't sleep, but I know who's up.
Yeah. And then, like,
That's what
at
it
the end
was.
of the call, she's like, "Well, I got to get this guy to bed." I was like, "Okay."
That's funny. Well, cool. Well, now that you're back, Lorianne, kudos.
Oh yeah. Kudos to everyone. That I missed the last 20 minutes. But before I hopped off, it was getting real serious and sad. But like, big kudos to you, Miranda, because oh my God, like I'm gonna cry. Like you reading that thing was amazing. But also kudos to Milo for becoming best friends with Zaris.
Yeah.
That was great. But I'm looking forward to where we're going next and to watch the last 20 minutes of where you guys did. Because I don't know
Well,
where.
you missed.
Oh yeah,
You
I'm
missed
sorry. Yeah,
Jamie going. You missed Jamie saying, "Is she wearing anything?" When we saw Winona.
So I'm gonna choose to take that part of the recorded existence and pretend that didn't happen. But the
I'm not so great with the words.
yeah.
I'm sad that I
There's
missed the
that-
teary
no, you
goodbye
didn't say anything
between
by it. It was so
between-
good.
between Milo and Duchess. Was it a teary goodbye?
Yes.
Yes, it
so
was.
sweet.
Kinda,
Absolutely
yeah.
was.
Oh.
Also, Saren saw that your mother, which I would say that you probably would see it too. Your mother was on the balcony, far above, watching you all. So, but yeah,
And
I just
Norris was at the gate.
and Norris was at the gate. Yes. You
You made me leave my husband on my honeymoon.
I did.
What
I did,
the
and I
hell
do
of a
again.
honeymoon?
No. Yes, not
You
much
don't
of
know
a
what we do
honeymoon,
at
to be
night.
fair.
You don't know what we're doing when everyone goes
you
to
don't know.
sleep.
What are you
don't
wearing
know.
though?
Nothing.
No,
I'm sorry. I'm
This
done.
is where
I'm
Jamie
sorry.
goes,
I'm
"Are you
done.
wearing
I'm sorry.
anything?"
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Jamie, come on
Jamie,
back.
come back. I'm sorry.
Like, okay, so like just an explanation thing that like the what like my first thought went to like, oh, because they're animals and they're in their natural habitat, so maybe they don't
Yeah,
maybe
what
they don't
are
have
they
to wear
wearing?
clothes. That's what I thought
What is
was.
she
But I
wearing?
was like, you're interrupting my big closer to ask if like
There was a whole emotional arc with this dress. It was a thing.
Or what?
Jamie-
Was she in the dress?
It could have waited.
she was in the dress, yes. Which would have been which by the way, Lorianne, that is how to ask that question.
Yeah.
Was she
Oh.
in the dress?
Joe,
Jamie's
you know
brain
me.
went,
You know me well
everything's
enough
sad.
to know.
Everything's sad.
Oh, we know, Jamie. It's
I mean,
fine.
at least
It was
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched the tape yet, but at least he didn't like lick his lips and then ask what she.
no, not even no. It was purely innocent. It was just the timing of it. It was so good.
But no,
We'll watch
Joe,
it
you
after.
you know me well enough to know that is just a fully something I do in regular life constantly is just say things the weirdest way. So I apologize.
Don't you dare! It was awesome. It was gold.
That was so great.
That's what was so funny about it is we knew that you just couldn't find the words, and you just said the first thing that is like the first sentence that you could form.
And we were all like, what? And I honestly was like, dude, I'm like nailing this ending and you're killing
You were.
it. Like you're killing it for me.
You were. And I was.
Oh my
It's all
god.
right. Everybody gets one.
Oh.
That's amazing. Well, friends, with that, we will call it a night. I hope you all have an amazing week.
You
Lorianne,
too.
please say hi to your grandma from all of us.
Yeah, I will.
So I hope you guys have
Grandma,
an amazing week. I love you all very much, and let's protect this grove next week. We'll say that.
Fucking go.
All right, guys.
defend the
Bye.
grove.
Bye.